This is a live presentation of the Ticats Audio Network. Are you ready? Ticats football is on the air.
Touchdown, Tiger Cats! Caught it! It's a touchdown!
Number 17, Luke Tasker, what a catch!
Now the voice of the Tiger Cats. Here is RJ Broadhead with analyst Luke Tasker.
Good evening from Hamilton. Tim Hortons Field sold out for the Battle of the Big Cats, and a lot on the line. The Tiger Cats need to win to keep their hopes of hosting the East semifinal alive, and the BC Lions, they want to win to keep their hopes alive of finishing first in the West Division. So both of these teams entering game 17 of the season. Their second last regular season game, and it is meaningful. Tiger Cats trying to get above 500 for the first time this season. Luke, it seems like we're seeing the best of the Tiger Cats down the stretch.
We are. They're playing the best football that they've played all year, and they've got the healthiest, well, let's start with healthiest quarterback room they've had all year, and that's
Absolutely
great. Bo Levi Mitchell tonight with his first start in Tim Hortons Field, which is amazing to think about, but he's going to be out there in the all-black to start tonight, and I can't wait to watch him and his offense operate.
On the Coach O Show with Luke Tasker, you can hear it on the Ticats Audio Network. It comes out Tuesdays. Luke and Coach O have a chat, but you mentioned that you thought the biggest turnaround game of the season was that visit to BC that the Tiger Cats had. Explain why.
To me, it just stands out in my mind, RJ. They were coming off such a disappointing loss to Edmonton. They started the season out 3-6, and they went out to BC against the Lions, who at the time, and who still are in a sense, at the very top of the league, battling with Winnipeg. They've battled all year for that first in the West, and at that game, such an underdog challenge there for the Ticats, and they played very, very well in Vancouver, and that changed the trajectory of the entire season to me. Taylor Powell led the offense in that game, and they put a performance together that gave me, as just an onlooker, just confidence that they could do it.
It was interesting in that game in BC. The Lions were in all black. The Tiger Cats were in all white. It was a great contrast. Yeah. We've got it again tonight where Tiger Cats are in all black. The Lions are in all gray. So we'll have that real chess game atmosphere out there. And Tiger Cats are wearing all black, which is good because they've won 2 in a row at home in this uniform.
There you go. You are the only person who maybe knew that in the stadium. The secret stats of RJ Broadhead, and that's the uniform combinations are one of those. But you're right, and it looks sharp. The classic Hamilton all black, and boy, it is a nice night here in Hamilton. This is going to be Courtney Stephen. I caught him on the way into the stadium. He said, "This is big play only weather. This is just when." This is when you come onto the field and to be your best, and it is exciting.
Well, both teams have a lot on the line. They're trying to make their road to the Grey Cup a little more advantageous. So a big W up for grabs between the Lions and the Tiger Cats. We will have the coin toss and kickoff when we come back on the Ticats Audio Network. All set to go on a beautiful October evening in Hamilton. About 13 degrees. There might be some showers at some point. That's nothing new for the Tiger Cats. We've had a couple of delays. This won't be a delay. Might just be a little rainy. 14-kilometer-an-hour wind. The wind has been a factor so many times at Tim Hortons Field. At this point, it doesn't appear to be a major factor. Captain's heading out to midfield where the Tim Hortons Field logo and the Tiger Cats Tiger logo are. Simone Lawrence, Dylan Wynn, Bailey Feltmate, Brandon Revenberg. So the Tiger Cats also with Gordon White there. They'll be the captains. And the referee tonight is Tom Valesi. Tiger Cats most penalized team, so hopefully we don't hear a lot of Tom Valesi tonight. That would mean they're not taking as many penalties. Here's the coin toss.
CFL logo is heads. What's your call? Call is heads. Filippo, please do the honors. Call is heads. It is a head, and you've won the toss. You want to receive? Which end would you like? As we are. Have a great game, Captain.
So Sean White, the kicker for the BC Lions, made the call and got the coin toss correct. That's all right. Tiger Cats haven't been super successful on coin tosses, but it doesn't matter who wins the coin toss. It matters who has the higher number on their side of the scoreboard at the end of the game.
That is right, and the Ticats get the decision in the second half anyways, and here we go. Kind of a dead wind here at Tim Hortons Field, which is, the cold weather is in the air, and you just expect some kind of, blistering wind off the mountain or something, but not tonight. We'll have a calm evening, it seems.
Do you expect any hijinks tonight, seeing as it's Friday the 13th?
Ooh. We'll see. Some trickery in maybe from Jeff Reinboldt's unit of the Ticats. I love a little kicking game magic.
Close to Halloween, Friday the 13th, and Tiger Cats are in all black. They're the Black Cats.
Oh, good one.
Hey?
I like that.
Maybe there's something there.
Nicely done. In fact, it's just cats against cats on the field tonight.
Yeah, Gray Cats doesn't have the same effect.
Does not.
So Tiger Cats will kick off to the BC Lions, and Terry Williams is a very dangerous returner. Pretty interesting. We could see some big returns in this game. Terry Williams leads the CFL in total combined yards. Tyreek McAllister is second. So both are capable of big returns. The Tiger Cats special teams kickoff defense and punt defense has been amazing. They've been able to limit those explosive returns. They'll have to do it again tonight. All set to go at Tim Hortons Field. Sold out. The Tiger Cats need to win to try to get that home playoff game in the East semifinal. Mark Leggio, a short kick. It bounces in front of the 20, right at the numbers. Terry Williams gets around the first wave, gets across the 35, and he's tackled there, pushed out of bounds, short of the 40.
And of course, Carthel Flowers Lloyd, first Ticat to touch the football after the kickoff, and leading the league in special teams tackles by, it's not even close. I think now it's 10, I guess, after that tackle.
Well, yeah, not even close, and he's now 9 away from breaking the CFL record in special teams tackles.
He's been a game changer all year.
Yeah, he needed 10 coming into this game. That was his 29th special teams tackle this season. Vernon Adams in the BC offense starts this drive from their own 36, and the handoff goes to Jaquan Hardy, who's making his first appearance this season. Taquan Mizell, their usual running back, is injured, and Hardy has a good run on his first touch. Looks like about 6 yards. So 2nd and 5 from the 41. Crowd loud at Tim Hortons Field. Vernon Adams back to pass. Here's where BC's dangerous. He throws over the middle. Lucky Whitehead makes the catch, and he's down to the BC 50. It's a first down for the Lions.
Javon Katoy on a deep route there with Stavros Katsantonis, and other than that, you had a lot of vacant zones in the low under coverage there. Multiple options for the first down for Vernon Adams.
3 receivers to the boundary side. It's a play action to Hardy. Then the throw goes off to the left for Keon Hancher. And how about Kenneth George Jr. in coverage? A great tackle. He broke it up. It's incomplete.
Yeah, Hatcher on an out route past the first down marker to the left side of the BC offense. And it looked like he had the advantage in his route. It looked like an open receiver there. Vernon Adams has to float it over Simone Lawrence, and that ball time allows, like you said, Kenneth George, perfect timing to come and break up the pass.
Mike Daly and Courtney Stephen, both guys who played in the secondary for the Tiger Cats. They do Tiger Cats Game Day on the Ticats Audio Network. They were raving about this secondary the Tiger Cats have. Throw from Vernon Adams to the right, and Keon Hatcher, he gets around Richard Leonard. This is a big gain for BC. They're into Hamilton territory. They've got the first down and a lot more down close to the Hamilton 35.
Well, I like the surprise cover 0 there from Mark Washington. He brought everybody on a blitz, one-on-one matchups with no safety help. But not only did Keon Hatcher make the reception, it was actually broke the tackle on Will Sunderland there to the boundary side, Richard Leonard there, and boy, that's a big gain for this BC offense, who are now in field goal position.
Ball's on the Hamilton 34. First drive of the game, BC trying to score. Handoff goes to Jaquan Hardy, and he Started to the right, went off to the left, and the heavy tackling Jameer Thurman took care of him. Gain of maybe a yard.
So now they have the second down. This is 2nd and 6, it looks like, on the Hamilton 30. This is where the Ticats have been so good in this last stretch of the season in stopping drives. They've been able to not allow opponents even into scoring territory, or the red zone as it's really measured and called statistically, but they've held them to field goals or field goal attempts, and it's been huge in these efforts.
Ball's on the 30, 2nd and 6. Vernon Adams runs to his right, and the defense, they got him for a huge loss. Casey Sales had a crack at him. Jameer Thurman, Malik Carney might have been the one to bring him down, and that would put Carney ahead in quarterback sacks with his 6th. We'll see who officially gets it, but you've talked about this before, Luke. These big plays by the defense to maybe push them out of scoring position.
It's unbelievable. Look at now they're lining up in punt formation with Flintoff in his punt formation. That's heroic defense right there. That was not only a field goal, it was an easy field goal distance, and that sack for a loss there was huge.
Pushes BC back to their 43, the Hamilton 43, and then this punt is near perfect. Flintoff angles it, and it goes out of bounds right at the 1-yard line. So Bo Levi Mitchell coming on the field. Tiger Cats offense is 2, and they will be starting from their own 1 on their first drive of the game. We'll see what they can do. Early in the first quarter, 11:25 to go. No score between the Lions and the Tiger Cats. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Great to have you with us during the first commercial break of the game. Dane Evans, who's the backup quarterback for the BC Lions, of course, had a lot of success with the Tiger Cats. He was shown on the big screen at Tim Hortons Field, sold-out crowd, and a great ovation for Dane Evans. He saluted the crowd, taking his hat off, and then it was right back to business, going over one of the tablets on the bench. So, tough starting field position for the Tiger Cats. From their own 1, Bo Levi Mitchell hands off to James Butler, and James Butler gets them some breathing room. That is about a 9-yard gain, and that's exactly what you want on first down when you're hemmed in deep.
Yeah, it sure is. It's very hard to set up in the pocket when the goalpost is right in front of you, and you've got backed up in your own end zone there, and that is exactly what the 1,000-yard rusher does for you.
They'll say it's 8 yards, so 2nd and 2 from their own 9. Bo Levi Mitchell, number 19 with the white gloves, gives it right back to James Butler. He needed to get across the 10 to the 11, and he's got it. Had just enough. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down, courtesy of James Butler.
Well, that's the first goal of a drive when you're backed up, is just to get 1 first down, and they've got it. Now you're opening up the playbook, the call sheet. Now you're into a field position where you can kind of call your standard offense.
I talked to James Butler. I said, was 1,000 yards your goal? He said, no, way higher than that, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. So we'll have to find out as the season goes on. So he expects more of himself. Play action this time, and then a short pass to Keandre Smith. He gets across the 15, won't get to the 20, and he's tackled there, but a pretty good gain again on first down for the Tiger Cats. Looks like 6 or 7.
Keandre Smith got stood up there, found himself in the open field, surrounded by too many BC Lions there, and that was a physical tackle, and he is sure, you can almost see it with his ball security. A couple fumbles lately, but he's got it on his mind to make sure that does not happen here.
2nd and 3 from their own 19. They began this drive on their 1-yard line. First drive of the game for the Tiger Cats. Bo Levi Mitchell drops back to pass. It's tipped. It's up in the air, and it drops to the ground. It's incomplete. And the Tiger Cats will have to punt on their opening drive. They didn't punt last week until the 4th quarter.
Yeah, amazing. The BC Lions, their defense, and you're hyper aggressive, backed up. Look at this. They're going to catch them off guard here on this punt formation.
Yeah, Jeff Reinbold always has something up his sleeve. Tiger Cats ready to go. BC scrambling to get into position. Corey Vedvik. It's a really short punt, so maybe the wind's more of a factor than it seems way up here on the 7th floor. And the returner, Terry Williams, will get across midfield just into Hamilton territory, so the Lions will have decent field position. There's no score yet in this very important game between the Lions and the Tiger Cats. 9:13 to go in the first quarter. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Still in the first quarter, no points scored yet. Tim Hortons Field, it's a sellout. It's fan appreciation night. Will it be the final home game of the season for the Tiger Cats? We know it's the final home game of the regular season. I like what you said on Ticats this week, Luke, our show leading into the game. They could have 2 more home games.
It's possible.
Vernon Adams and the Lions, good field position here. Starting from the Hamilton 53, a high throw, and it's too high. Goes over the head of Dominique Grimes, and it's incomplete.
I started to say before, at the end of the Ticats offensive drive there, that BC Lions defense was up in the box. Every single player, all 12, was inside 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. When you see that, that's an aggressive defensive formation. Everybody up close. Ticats are not that. They're backed up a little bit. They know Vernon Adams is a passer. We'll see how these two defenses can battle throughout the night.
2nd and 10 from the Hamilton 53. It was good starting field position for the Lions. Let's see if the Tiger Cats can get a stop. Vernon Adams, pump fake twice. They got him again.
Wow.
They sacked him again. Casey Sales gets his 6th sack of the season. And the defense, unbelievable, with BC starting in Hamilton territory. They push them back across midfield. That big hit brought to you by my insurance broker.
Speaking of 6 sacks, that is the number that the BC Lions took last week, and now they have 2 7 minutes into this first quarter. Hamilton defense coming on strong.
6 sacks, success. Tyreek McAllister gets his first touch, and he backtracks a bit, and he's able to stay on his feet. Oh, he actually might have run into his own man. That was Fraser Sopuk who had a block, and Tyreek McAllister, it looked like he was going to lose ground and then was able to advance positively, but who knows what would have happened if he didn't run into Fraser Sopuk in his block.
Well, one of those dangerous starts of a return. He actually gave up ground and broke a tackle, and you're right, it looked like it was going to be maybe a big one, but the 21-yard line is better than the 1-yard line, yes. So they're moving in the right direction field position-wise.
Starting the game from their own 1-yard line, it's just the 2nd time this season the Tiger Cats started a drive from their 1. This is a little better, as you mentioned, Luke, from their 21, and it's a completed pass. This to Tyreek McAllister. They get it right back to him. And he'll be out of bounds just across the 25, looks like at the 26, so a 2nd and 5 coming up.
And let's see this BC line defense, how they're lining up now that the Ticats are off their own goal line. They're still loaded up pretty heavy to the line of scrimmage.
2 receivers, both sides. James Butler blocking. Bo Levi Mitchell throwing deep. Near sideline, Tim White can't come up with it. TJ Lee in coverage, it's incomplete. The ball was definitely in the vicinity, but White could not make that grab, and the Tiger Cats are going to have to punt again.
Well, the encouraging thing there is Bo Levi Mitchell just threw a dime to Tim White right on the shoulder pads, and in Tim White's defense, the body angle is sort of tough there. It's a fade route, so the ball sort of comes at you almost from right behind you, it seems like. But he'd catch, if he got 10 more in a row, he'd catch all of them. Unfortunately, a drop when it counts.
Well, Corey Vedvik, he made a great play here. He got the snap and ran to his right and then kicked on the run. It was a low punt that actually rolled well for the Tiger Cats, and Terry Williams picked it up. Didn't have much room to run thanks to the great coverage by the Tiger Cats punt team, and they'll get to the 35. So the Lions will start from their 35 when we come back. Still no score. 6:43 to go in the first quarter. This is the Ticats Audio Network. 6:43 to go, opening quarter. The defense has been dominant again for the Tiger Cats. Both drives for the Lions, they got into Tiger Cats territory both times. The defense came up with a sack and pushed them out of field goal range. This drive starting from their own 35. Play action to Hardy. Vernon Adams thought about running. Now he throws, completes it to Hatcher, who's running backwards. And that's a dangerous plan with Stavros Katsantonis out there at safety, who gave him a pretty good lick, but it is a first down for the Lions.
Again, Vernon Adams was forced to, move in his pocket a little bit. I mean, it's unsettling to be sacked already twice on your first drives of the game here, and that pressure is continuing to make it uncomfortable for him.
2 drives, 2 sacks for the Tiger Cats. Cats had 2 sacks the entire game against BC in week 12. Here's first and 10 from their 46. Adams stays in the pocket, had time, and completes the pass to Javon Katoy. And once again, the Lions have entered Tiger Cat territory with another first down.
Javon Katoy with an unbelievable touchdown in last week's game against Winnipeg early on. He is a big, big body, and right there, that is almost like a basketball play. Like, he bodies out Will Sunderland at the top of his route to keep the space open for the throw. It's impressive and a great catch.
6'5" receiver. Lions have advanced to the Tiger Cats' 52-yard line. A lot of movement from the receivers. Play action to Hardy. Lions love to throw. Adams has lots of time, and he completes the pass to Hardy out of the backfield. That was a great catch by the running back in his first game, and finally steps out of bounds. He proved to be difficult to bring down, but he'll be close to a first down with that play.
Again, pressure from the Ticats, and Vernon Adams making his way all the way back to his check down to his right. This is impressive, though. He turns the body of that check down. Jaquan Hardy turns his shoulders upfield. That makes it for an easy catch and makes it so he can turn up and get extra yardage right away. Impressive by Vernon Adams, who has had an unbelievable second half of this season in the passing game.
It's a 2nd and 1 from the Hamilton 43. And Vernon Adams is still out there. So what are they going to do? Yeah, I know. I'm thinking about you, Luke. They are not going to be tricky. They're just going to go for the first down. Vernon Adams just went to his right a little bit and should have enough for the first down for the Lions, and he does. This drive started on the Lions' own 35-yard line. They're just short of the Hamilton 40 now, and looking at another field goal range opportunity. So here's where we've seen the defense step up. Ball's on the Tiger Cat 41-yard line. Just over 4 minutes to go opening quarter. There's no score yet. Adams pitches it to Hardy. Gets it in the backfield, breaks one tackle, gets to the line of scrimmage, and he won't get much more. Tiger Cats swarmed him, led by Dylan Wynn in on that tackle, and looks like a yard and a half gain.
Here they go. Like you said, RJ, they'd have their 2nd and 8 here, a difficult second down conversion for the Lions, and the Ticats are right in this field position that they have dominated in.
Got to give Richard Leonard credit on that tackle, too. He had the legs of Hardy all tied up, and then Dylan Wynn came in to finish him off. 2nd and 8. Lions on the Hamilton 39 on the far hash mark. Sellout crowd trying to make things difficult, and the snap is fumbled in the shotgun. Now Adams is scrambling around, running to his right. He throws, and it's thrown out of bounds. The Tiger Cats were going to do it again. They were tracking Adams down. He got rid of the football this time. Didn't take a sack for a loss, and that'll give the Lions a chance at a field goal.
Yeah, let's see here. This is a 46-yard attempt. Like we've said, the flags at the top of the goalposts are dead right now at Tim Hortons Field, but it doesn't appear to be a windless night. We've seen some punts and kicks get hung up a little bit. Sean White with a 46-yarder, though. He's made a lot of 46-yarders in his career.
Leads the CFL in field goal percentage. He's missed 3 times this season, once against the Tiger Cats. 46 yards and just enough. There's another ball that seemed to hang up. The ball is not carrying tonight at Tim Hortons Field, but the Lions do get a field goal, a 46-yarder from Sean White, and they score first. It's 3-0. Lions with 3:02 to go in the first quarter. We'll take a break and be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Will they be hosting the East semifinal game? Tiger Cats have a little work to do. They're down 3-0 and 1 first down so far in the game. Bo Levi Mitchell trying to change that. Just under 3 minutes to go opening quarter. Trying to answer that BC field goal. Mitchell back to pass. He's going deep. Far sideline, and it's just a little too far ahead of Tim White. He got behind coverage but it was not far off. Incomplete.
Gary Peters in coverage, boundary corner for the BC Lions, and you thought that Tim White was going to track that down. It was kind of a double move. He gave a little out route stick there and just a little bit outside, but I like the attempt and the ball location as well. I actually think Tim White kind of had to slow down. His arms were he was kind of arm battling, with Peters as they ran out.
Yes, now it's a 2nd and 10 from their own 40. Bo Levi Mitchell to pass again. The pressure's coming. They sack him. They get a sack. BC good in that category. David Menard gets this one. And Tiger Cats will have to punt again. It's been a quiet first quarter offensively for the Tiger Cats, who have managed just 1 first down so far.
Yeah, not great, and that sack for a loss is going to bring their net yardage pretty low here on the night. RJ, the BC Lions defense is allowing nothing easy. They are taking the space out of the receive. Oh, sorry.
The pause there was Vedvik's punt almost got blocked, but he got it away, and now Williams trying to stay on his feet. Mason Bennett stopped him, but it's a decent return for the Lions, who have had pretty good starting field position. They'll be just past their own 40 again.
Yeah, what I was saying there before, the near blocked punt from Vedvik. The BC Lions secondary is up at the line of scrimmage. They're taking the space out. What that does is it makes every route that you run as a wide receiver has to be very thoughtful, very planned. You're not given the stem of any route very easily, so you have to battle for your initial alignment. You battle for your route before you even make your break, and you've got to make them back up. You've got to make them give you space by winning some of your intermediate routes.
Lions beginning this drive from their 46. Jaquan Hardy breaking one up the middle. He's across midfield, across the Hamilton 50, and brought down just before the Hamilton 45. It's a first down for the Lions after a big run from Hardy, who's playing his first game this season. So the Lions started from their 46. Now they're on the Tiger Cats 46 after one play. Adams wanting to pass. He's in the pocket. Now the pressure comes. It's another sack. And Casey Sales is celebrating another one. Casey Sales gets another important sack, and that'll push the Lions back about 7 yards.
Yeah, that's 3 sacks for the night and 1 against the Ticats for the BC Lions. Boy, it's kind of, in fact, those 3 sacks from the Ticat defense are kind of keeping, that's the main force keeping the Ticats in this ball game right now when the offense is getting a very little production. This is a difficult 2nd and 17 for the Lions.
Big quarterback sack brought to you by my insurance broker. Vernon Adams back to throw again, and it was right there for Keon Hatcher, and Richard Leonard threw a huge hit and knocked the ball loose. It's incomplete. The defense does it again.
That was a well-timed contact in the defensive secondary. I actually it's an impressive throw from Vernon Adams. That was 30 yards downfield, and it was an open space there, but man, Keon Hatcher took a hard one and could not hold on to the pass.
That's another big hit brought to you by my insurance broker. The defense is racking them up, and Stefan Flintoff just shanked one.
Yes.
That went off the outside of his foot and almost straight right. So the Tiger Cats, thanks to that, will have pretty good starting field position.
Very good. They're going to march this probably across the center line here. Well, it depends where it went out of bounds. We'll see where they start marching. Yeah, maybe not quite, I guess. But this will be by far their best starting field position actually their best field position period of the game.
Yes.
They haven't moved the ball out of their own end yet.
Tom Valesi will have the call here on the flag. We know what it is.
Out of bounds, BC. We'll add 10 yards to the end of the kick. First down.
Well, take the good with the bad. Flintoff had that amazing punt the first time that went out at the Hamilton 1. This one was not good at all. And so the Tiger Cats get a bit of a break. They'll start this drive from their own 49. Let's see if they can cash in. The Lions lead 3-0. This will be the final play of the opening quarter. Bo Levi Mitchell, 3 receivers to the field side. Hands off to James Butler. Tried to go to the right. The Lions did not get fooled, and there were 3 or 4 Lions right there to put a stop to James Butler, who'll get a gain of 1 yard. So the Tiger Cats will have a 2nd and 9 from their own 50 when we begin the second quarter. A low-scoring opening quarter. That has been a theme for the Tiger Cats this season. They don't get any points in the first quarter. The good news, if you're a Tiger Cats fan, they've scored a lot more in the next 3 quarters. So let's see if they can do that in quarter number 2. After 1 in Hamilton, it's 3-0 for the Lions. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Great to have you with us. Starting the second quarter, Bo Levi Mitchell last week in the first quarter, 129 yards passing. This week, 12 yards. Has to pass here. Oh, no, it's picked off. It is intercepted, and it's a clear lane to the end zone. It's a pick 6, 46 yards for Josh Woods.
Wow, that was over. That whole play was over right when the ball left Bo Levi Mitchell's hand. It was totally, he did not see where that was going. It was sort of a screen setting up to the right side there. And Bo Levi Mitchell looks left and just tries to sort of flick that out to Tyreek McAllister. And boy, it was a touchdown right from the start.
Woods had no one in front of him, taking it 46 yards for the pick 6, 10th interception of the season thrown by Bo Levi Mitchell. So that makes it 9-0, and now Sean White comes on to attempt a single point. Tiger Cats are yet to score in this football game. Another quiet first quarter for them, and a tough start to the second quarter as well. Sean White is good with the convert, so it's 10-0 for the Lions. Lions need to win to keep any hope alive of hosting the West Final, getting that bye into the West Final, finishing first in the West. Of course, the Tiger Cats need to win to have a chance to host the East semifinal against Montreal. A Tiger Cats loss or a Montreal win, and Montreal would clinch that game at home.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's a play that Bo Levi Mitchell, he just wasn't seeing clearly how they covered down Tyreek McAllister as he left the offensive backfield. Man, not all mistakes are created equal. That one is directly a 7-point mistake there. And of course, that's the nature of the quarterback position, but you've got to shake that one off. There's a lot of football left to play, and I don't think we're going to see Matt Schultzer. I think Bo's going to have to go back out there and make it right.
Yeah, you don't want to leave on that one.
No, you don't.
Tyreek McAllister, second in the league in combined yards. He's hovering around his own 11, 12-yard line, waiting for this kickoff from Stefan Flintoff, the punter who's kicking off. Pretty good kick, too. McAllister gets it at his 10. He's up to the 20, nobody near him yet. Gets to the 30, breaks a tackle across the 35, and he is hit really hard. His helmet popped off. He was hit so hard. Won't quite get to the 40-yard line. And McAllister is still down.
That's not a player you like to see down just shy of the playoffs here. That's unfortunate. And you're right, his helmet sort of popped off, went back towards the Hamilton goal line. It's so hard in those moments of contact there. Tyreek McAllister is avoiding one tackle, ducking under another, and it's kind of hard to avoid that helmet to helmet. Like nothing, nothing malicious or anything. It's just the nature of the game. But certainly there was a BC Lion helmet directly on Tyreek's.
Tyreek McAllister is down, being looked at by the training staff. We'll take a break. There's 14:08 to go in the second quarter. Lions lead 10-0. This is the Ticats Audio Network.
Ticats Audio Network.
Quick update for you. Tyreek McAllister was able to get off the field under his own power. He's being evaluated in the tent on the Tiger Cats sideline. There was a major foul on the play, so that moved the Tiger Cats up 15 yards to their own 53 right near midfield, in the handoff to James Butler, and he does not get much, about a 1-yard gain, so this will be a 2nd and 9.
You mentioned at the end of that first quarter, historically not a great quarter for the Ticats, but this game, it's really showing. I mean, this offense has net 18 yards after that play right there on first down, and we're into the second quarter here. Bo Levi Mitchell, of course, back out there. Got to take a breath. You gotta see the field clearly and take some good reps here.
Early second quarter. This is a 2nd and 9. Bo Levi Mitchell throws, and it is caught. This time he finds Tim White down near the BC 35. It is a first down. Presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
That's the intermediate pass play that you need with these BC Lions up in the under coverage on the Ticat wide receivers. Tim White was to the right side in the slot, and with his speed, that is such a dangerous route. It's a sail route where he ends up on a negative angle by the time he gets to the sidelines, but so much ability to separate at the top of the break.
Tim White second in the CFL in receiving yards. That'll help. James Butler gets through the line, and he was tripped up, stayed on his feet, got across the 30, and he'll be close to a first down after that run.
Well, now it's the Ticats' turn. Now they've earned their field goal yardage. They're in range to kick a three-pointer here, but with this 2nd and short, this is where you've got to keep these drives alive. You've got to convert this, and Bo Levi Mitchell leaves the field right now. We'll see what they line up. This is a 2nd and 2, though, RJ.
It is. Kai Loxley has come in. He's their short yardage quarterback. He's big, he's strong, 6'4". Let's see what they have in store. He's a versatile guy, too, and he kind of waits, and then he leaps. And I think he's got enough for it, Luke.
Yeah, and a yard maybe. That was 3 yards gained there on the short yardage play, and you're right, really good patience on that. It's obviously not a gimme. You watch the CFL, you'll see multiple times the short yardage attempts come up short, but Kai Loxley's got a good knack for it.
He hasn't missed yet. Tiger Cats keep it rolling with that first down presented by Active Green and Ross. They're down to the BC 24, down 10-0. Still over 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Bo Levi Mitchell. Play action to James Butler, stays in the pocket, throws, says he's being hit, and Tim White could not make the catch. Might have been affected by Mitchell as he was throwing right when he got hit.
Yeah, kind of almost looked like a throwaway there, but Tim White ended up getting a hand on it and preventing that from any BC Lions getting their hand on it behind him on a crossing route.
So that's a 2nd and 10, still on the Lions 24. Tiger Cats would like to answer that pick 6 with a touchdown of their own. Let's see if they can do it. 3 receivers to the boundary side. Just Chris Osikusi to the right. It's thrown to the left and caught by Terry Godwin. It was a game-time decision. And let's see where they spot this. It looks like he's going to be just short of the first down. There is a flag on the play, too.
It's in the offensive backfield. I would assume offensive holding. Oh, wow. I said earlier, RJ, not all mistakes are created equal. The Lions just forced the field goal there by preventing Terry Godwin after the reception from getting that first down. And here you go, Ticats first down on the 8-yard line. What a costly mistake tackling Bo Levi Mitchell after the ball was gone there.
Lions, including the punt penalty on the hit on Tyreek McAllister, they've helped the Tiger Cats with 30 yards. Ball's on the 8, so first and goal from the 8. James Butler breaks one tackle. He's down to the 5. Now BC's able to get some reinforcements. Butler might have got to the BC 4 when it's all said and done. Lions have taken 3 penalties for 38 yards, a couple of them on this drive, and Hamilton hasn't taken a penalty yet.
Big second down here, and you're kind of thinking you got to get at least 4. It's second and goal on the 5-yard line. You want to come away with a touchdown here. You're down by 10. I'm almost inclined to go for it if you don't get it, no matter what the yardage is here.
James Butler, you'd think on 2 more carries could get at least 5 yards. He's the second leading rusher in the league. They don't give it to him, though. Bo Levi Mitchell throws. It's caught, and it is a touchdown. Terry Godwin. And the Tiger Cats are right back in it.
Great job. He's on the right side of the offensive formation, sets up patiently and hits a quick slant route in right inside, almost to the goalpost, the upright of the goalpost, catches that touchdown right underneath it. Great job by Bo Levi Mitchell bouncing back from a crucial interception.
Terry Godwin gets the touchdown. Ticats touchdown presented by Turkstra Lumber. And now Terry Godwin up to 6 touchdowns on the season. We were told he was a game-time decision. Wearing number 17, you knew he was going to play.
Knew it. Knew it. Love watching Terry Godwin all season, and he has got on a hot streak with touchdowns in the second half.
Mark Leggio for the convert. It's good. So it's game on at Tim Hortons Field. Lions get a 10-0 lead, and the Tiger Cats answer with a Terry Godwin touchdown thrown by Bo Levi Mitchell. It's now 10-7 with 9:27 to go in the opening half. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Love to hear where you're listening to the game on the Ticats Audio Network from. You can go to game day at ticats.ca. Let us know. Mike and Tammy, they're at Carmel by the Sea in California. Peter McEwen, our producer, he knows everything. Clint Eastwood was the mayor there. Can you believe that?
Amazing.
So Miles in Nanaimo is wondering, cat fight or feline fest tonight between the big cats?
Well, Feline Fest kind of sounds like a cat party, you know?
Yeah,
like a little girl's birthday. I don't know. I'm more of a cat fight.
We got a question for you. Surrey Jack is asking the question. Luke, who do you think will be in the West final?
Oh, wow. That's excellent.
Now, I'm assuming Surrey Jack is from Surrey, BC. So if you want to make Surrey Jack happy, there's an obvious answer right in front of you.
I want a recipe for Surrey Jack. It sounds like the BC Lions and the Blue Bombers, I think, are gonna match up there.
Safe. You played it safe. Kickoff. Terry Williams gets it at his own 20. He cuts just inside the numbers, and he'll be brought down by the Tiger Cats, short of the 40-yard line. Not a lot of scoring. Tiger Cats shut out in the opening quarter again, but Bo Levi Mitchell, thanks to a couple of penalties too by the BC Lions, were able to get a touchdown drive, get on the board here in the second quarter. That first quarter, the Tiger Cats are now minus 62 point differential. In the second and third quarter, they're in the positives in point differential and just a minus 8 in the fourth quarter. So, second quarter's been good for them. Let's see if they can stop BC. They're starting from their own 39. Vernon Adams stays in the pocket, has time, has an open receiver. Right near midfield, it is caught by Alex Hollins.
Well, that time Vernon Adams had a very nice throwing pocket there. He was comfortable, scanned from left to right, and found a very nice first down, middle of the field.
That puts the Lions up to their own 53, very close to midfield. Lions in a huddle, wearing all gray with black numbers and orange trim. Tiger Cats in there, all black, gold numbers. They've got the gold stripe on the pants. Fresh set of downs for the Lions, and it is a fly sweep to Hollins, who goes off to the right, and he'll be very close to another first down across the Tiger Cats 50.
Malik Carney rushing off of the left edge for the Ticat defense. Came off and almost got surprised, it looked like, by Alexander Hollins on a little fly sweep right in front of him, going from the offensive left to right, and just got a hand on him and couldn't bring him down for what would have been a tackle for a loss. Instead, Hollins turns it into an 8-yard gain.
Second and 2 from the Hamilton 49. Tiger Cats would like to put an end to this drive here. Right under center is Vernon Adams, and he flips it to Hardy, who tried to make a cut. Didn't look like Tiger Cats were near him, but he slipped and falls forward enough to get the 2 yards for the first down.
I think it was Lucky Whitehead actually coming around from the right to the left there, and that's two very quick little sweeps in and out of the backfield from BC, one to the right, one to the left. And they get their first down. Creative, you know, interesting options, and I think we see a couple runs there. I'm feeling like Vernon Adams has a throw pent up in his right arm right now. We'll see what happens on this first down.
Lucky Whitehead, number 7, Hardy, 27. 46-yard line of the Tiger Cats, and this time it is Hardy, number 27. He gets the check down. He's got the first down as he gets across the Tiger Cats 35, and the Lions have an impressive drive going.
No, that is a good play call there from the BC Lions. That they set up a screen there. They draw in the rush to Vernon Adams. The Ticats have had so much success pressuring the quarterback, and after that completion, there was nobody within 10 yards. of Hardy.
Lions up to the Tiger Cats 33. This time Hardy's in trouble. He's pushed back, and the Tiger Cats have him. Jagarrett Davis, he was the one who pushed him back. Casey Sales, Chris Edwards both helped out, and that'll be a loss of maybe 4. Looks like 3.
It's this field position right here. This sort of right as they start to get into that field goal range. What do you see? A tackle for a loss again. And now it's a 2nd and 13 for the BC Lions on the Hamilton 36. And I want to see if they bring pressure right now on the Hamilton Ticat defense.
They have done it so much over this second half of the season. 2nd and 13 from the Tiger Cats 36. Adams stays in the pocket, throws quick. He's got a wide open receiver. It's Katoy who puts his shoulder down at the 20 and gets a couple of more yards out of it. Stayed on his feet. And then Jameer Thurman just came into the back of the pack and pulled his feet off the ground.
Well, they just brought 4. They didn't bring any additional pressure to the Ticats defense, and they played a cut coverage to the boundary. So that's Richard Leonard, low corner, playing to the outside of the field with a high halfback. And that little bubble there, a little easy little kind of hitch route, a curl there. And Katoy gets the first down.
Ball on the 17 of the Tiger Cats. Adams throwing for the end zone. It's almost intercepted by Richard Leonard. Hollins was the intended receiver and might have been out of bounds anyway. That would have been tough to stay in bounds, but Richard Leonard, great coverage on the dangerous receiver Hollins. It's incomplete.
Yeah, really. I mean, he had the high shoulder. He had just as much a chance at the ball that entire play, and actually it was Richard Leonard who ended up with 2 hands on the ball right at the sidelines. Would have been an amazing catch, but that was just great coverage from start to finish.
2nd and 10 from the 17. Tiger Cats call this a little bit of a win if they can hold the Lions to a field goal here. Just under 5 minutes to go in the half. Lions lead 10-7. Vernon Adams back to pass, throws. Oh, what a catch. George comes in to make the tackle, but Hollins dove and made that catch. And it's enough for a first down, a 1st and goal from the 5 now. What a catch.
What a catch. He had the waggle motion, kind of changing up his angle and his direction in that waggle, and in doing so, that backs Will Sunderland off, kind of going to play his man coverage from a deeper level. Really great curl route from Hollins, and as he comes out of the break, Vernon put that ball a little bit to the outside, and that was, like you said, that was a diving catch. It looked amazing. So I think this is Richard Leonard who's down on the field, and he's dealing with something that has happened on the previous play when he was in great coverage, like we said, deep into the end zone there. He actually almost made the catch, and he got up off the ground, and he clearly not feeling totally right. I don't think it was a contact thing. I think it was more of an open field, running injury. We'll see what the training staff is chatting with him on the ground here.
Richard Leonard, the only member of the 5-person secondary who's been a starter in the league for more than a year. And they were looking at his left leg, knee area. He looks fine as he's walking off the field under his own power, helmet off. Richard Leonard has had a few bumps and bruises this year. He's played through a lot, but he's such a key member.
Well, let's see how the Ticats line up. Actually, it's Stavros Katsantonis who is now at the top of the field in the corner position there.
Nick Cross has come on. It's 1st and goal from the 5. This drive, 8 plays. They've gone 66 yards, taken 5 minutes off the clock. Adams fakes the handoff, throws to the end zone, and put it in a spot, and Dominique Rhymes caught it. It's a touchdown for the Lions. And they are up again, this time 16-7 with a convert on the way.
Yeah, Rhymes again in the high motion. And Dexter Lawson, it looks like he was really playing the corner route. He was expecting an outside break and got crossed up, and really nice, motion stem and break there by Dominique Rhymes for the touchdown.
We're on a touchdown stretch here. The Lions get a pick six. The Tiger Cats able to get a touchdown from Terry Godwin. The Lions answer right back with that touchdown from Dominique Rhymes. A low-scoring first quarter that had the Lions up 3-0. Now it is, with the convert from Sean White, 17-7 for the Lions. And there's 3:51 to go in the opening half. We'll take a break and be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Back at Tim Hortons Field, beautiful evening, about 13 degrees. The Lions are now leading 17-7. There's 3:51 to go in the opening half. And back to return the kick is Tyreek McAllister, so that's great news. He had to leave on the previous return he had after taking a helmet-to-helmet hit, but he's fine. He got checked in the tent, gets it at his own 10, right at the far numbers, and he runs to the middle of the field, and that is a good tackle by the Lions. He'll get just across the 25-yard line.
Manny Rugamba was on the tackle there, and that's unfortunate. One of the middle players in the BC Lion kickoff coverage, and he split right through the wedge. There's no more wedges really in football in an old-fashioned sense, but the lead blockers for the return man, he split right between them actually to get this tackle shy of the 30-yard line.
Tiger Cats begin the drive on their own 27. Bo Levi Mitchell still in the game for the Tiger Cats. 5 for 10, 46 yards. He's thrown a touchdown and an interception. James Butler off to the right, and another strong run. And strong is in carrying Lions with him as he battles for 3 or 4 yards.
Well, the Ticat offense finally found a little bit of rhythm there on their last outing. Like you said, we've been kind of volleying touchdowns here now. And Bo Levi Mitchell with a couple good throws there, and that's sometimes you hope that's kind of all it takes. A couple good plays and you can sort of drop the luggage from what was a bad start to this game.
Ball up to the Hamilton 30. It's a 2nd and 7. Mitchell in the pocket, throws over the middle, and he got Tim White, who stops. He was running to his left, and then he's able to shift his momentum, run to his right, get a few more yards. He's across the 50. It's a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. Bo and Tim White combine again for a big play. We're at the 3-minute warning. Bo Levi Mitchell has got a huddle going. He wants this to continue. We can't, though. There's 2:44 to go. We got to take a break. 17-7 Lions lead. The conclusion of the opening half coming up on the Ticats Audio Network. Tim White has scored 7 touchdowns this season. He's got 2 passes in this game, Luke, for 42 yards. You loved that last one. We had to go to break, but you liked the route.
Thanks for coming back to me. Yes, that was an amazing route by Tim White. He had a great release at the line and then kind of got in phase with Bo Levi Mitchell on his seam up the middle there and made it an easier throw. Excellent job from number 12.
Ball on the Tiger Cats 51. Bo Levi Mitchell, pressure coming. Had to get rid of it, and he did. He completed it to Terry Godwin, who got close to midfield, and then David Menard made the tackle, pushed him back. But the forward progress appears Tiger Cats will get to midfield for about a 4-yard gain.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
Last 2 games, 4 of Tim White's 5 catches have been for 20 or more yards. Big play, Tim White hot.
Keep him going.
Yeah.
There's plenty.
Tim Bright White. Let's see if we can get a good one here. Ball right at midfield. It's a 2nd and 6. Bo Levi Mitchell in the pocket, moving his feet. Nobody open. Then he throws. It's behind Keandre Smith, but he made a great catch. Wow. Reached back, hauled it in, and he's across the BC 50. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an Active Green and Ross first down.
Wow, just a great job both from Bo Levi Mitchell and Keandre Smith. Bo buys time. He's moving up in the pocket, and he sees Keandre Smith and gets it to him quick, but you almost thought Keandre Smith was going to break the wrong way, and he reaches back behind himself to make the catch and get the first down.
Tiger Cats up to the Lions 46. There's 1:45 to go opening half. Lions are leading 17-7. Bo gets the snap, throws, and it's caught by Terry Godwin. And they'll say he got down to the 40, which would be about a 6 or 7 yard gain.
Well, the BC Lions are saying that they came up with the ball. I think it maybe popped out.
The ball did come loose.
Terry Godwin's hand. Now there's a BC Lion on the field too, so hard to say what happened at the end of this play actually.
So Terry Godwin, we're going to get another look at it. I don't know, Luke. What do you think?
It looked like it actually maybe was forced out. So a couple things. You also have to make sure that he secures the catch. You know, that it wouldn't be called an incomplete pass, and I don't think that would be the case here. He had tucked it away. It was the second man in on the tackle who gets a hand on the football and rips it out before Terry Godwin's knees touch the ground, it looks like.
Unless the whistle went. Rick Campbell is speaking with Tom Valesi right now at midfield. Campbell out to the numbers. Coach of the BC Lions.
For an 11-4 football team, the BC Lions have a -7 turnover ratio. That's a shocking statistic for the win-loss ratio. The Ticats will challenge if that came out and was fumbled, and I think they're going to find that it was. But the Ticats came into this game with a dead-even turnover ratio on the season, which has been a problem for them the past few years actually. And the BC Lions are probably, I'm thinking, RJ going to come up with one here.
Well, unless it's deemed incomplete, did Godwin have possession of the football? Lions are 1-6 in challenges. But I agree with you, Luke. If they say that's a completed pass, that ball did come loose before Godwin was down. And that would be a heartbreaking turnover for the Tiger Cats late in the opening half, trying to cut into this 10-point lead that the Lions have.
Man, it is a great job by the BC Lions secondary as we're taking looks from different angles here on our monitors that, you know, they're so mindful, these defensive players, especially this late in the season, of ball hawking, of every chance you get. If you can put a helmet or a shoulder pad or get a hand on the football, and it's often, especially the second man in, which in this case it was, Terry Godwin getting wrapped up by his defender, and then linebackers coming out and just one hand on the football, and that's all it takes.
I think Tom Valesi's ready to go, the referee, with the result of the challenge.
For the command center, the ruling on the field stands. BC charged the timeout.
So the whistle may have gone because Godwin was having his forward progress stopped. So great news for the Tiger Cats. They have the ball at the BC 40. It's a 2nd and 4 for the Tiger Cats. And the Lions 1 for 7 in challenges this year. Bo Levi Mitchell back to pass, under pressure, runs right. Has to check it down to James Butler. He's second in the league in yards after the catch. It was up to him to get to the 36-yard line. He's going to be very close.
What a great check down by Bo Levi Mitchell.
It is a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. Go ahead, Luke.
Yeah, just a great job by Bo Levi Mitchell. The check down, a good check down is both timing and just the space in the defense. If there's just nobody open, check it down. Also, if you're running out of time, you've got to get your eyes there very quickly. Both of those things were running out for Bo, and he finds James Butler.
Tiger Cats now up to the Lions 36. Bo Levi Mitchell, all kinds of time. Throws to the left. It's complete to Chris Osikusi. He's getting involved in the Tiger Cats offense now. The Canadian receiver will get about 4 yards and close to the Lions 30.
Taking the line quick here, going to get a little rhythm and pace going as they enter the scoring territory.
2nd and 6 from the Lions 32. Bo Levi Mitchell stomps his right foot. He's in the shotgun, gets the snap. Throws, looking near sideline, and Tim White was all tangled up there. There's flags. Marcus Sales, his shoulders slump as he knows what those flags are for.
BC number 14, spot of the foul, automatic, first down.
Penalties have hurt the Lions in this opening half.
Yeah,
Tiger Cats have to make it hurt even more and put this in the end zone.
Yep, penalty and quarterback sacks have been both in favor of the Ticats, and that is another very costly one. They had one early in the game as well. That was also a second down, and instead of forcing the Ticats field goal, they give them a first down and well within scoring territory.
Ball is on the BC 11. So Tiger Cats could get a first down without a touchdown. There's not much time to go in the half, though. 47 seconds. Bo Levi Mitchell going for it now to Tim White. It's a touchdown. Tim White.
Great catch over the shoulder on the right side, deep in the corner there. And you could tell Bo Levi Mitchell expected him to win that route. His eyes went there. He liked the leverage that Tim White had to the outside. Interestingly, RJ, that is a very similar route to what Tim White dropped early on in this game. Same angle of the ball flight, and this time that was a very athletic catch as it comes over top of his helmet right into his hands.
Tim White now tied with James Butler for the team lead with 8 touchdowns. That Ticats touchdown presented by Turkstra Lumber, and it comes late in the opening half. But it's a big one for the Tiger Cats. Mark Leggio comes out to make this a 3-point ball game. Gordon White, the long snapper. It's perfect. Corey Vedvik, the hold, and the convert is good. So the Tiger Cats are within 3. It's 17-14 with 43 seconds to go in the first half. Bo Levi Mitchell, he started cold. He went 3 for 8. Since that, he's been perfect. 9 for his last 9.
You know what I love, too, is they are not afraid of taking what comes. They've had a ton of 5-yard gains on first down through the air, passing. I mean, that's just being smart. That's letting the defense, if they're going to give up some short routes, take it. And then he throws the strike there to Tim White. That was an excellent drive orchestrated by Bo Levi Mitchell. You thought it was actually going to stop with what looked like maybe a turnover. The league determines that it is not, and Bo Levi Mitchell makes him pay for it.
A challenge by the Lions, unsuccessful. Tiger Cats kept the football, and now it's, again, game on. The scenarios for both of these teams. It's an important game. Second last game of the regular season for both teams. So it's got a playoff-like atmosphere, intensity, as the Tiger Cats, they want to host the East semifinal. They want it at Tim Hortons Field. They have to win this game to still have a chance. And the Lions want to finish in first in the West Division. They have to win to still have a chance at that. Mark Leggio kickoff. Terry Williams, he's dangerous. He's across the 40, up to the 45, and he'll get across the 45, and he's tackled there by Fraser Sopik.
Well, that's a good return. That kick did not make it travel very far down the field there. So BC Lions have 37 seconds left. They have a 3-point lead as it stands now. And RJ, they've got to get 25 yards here, 22 yards for a very makeable field goal. You'd love to see this defensive line. 3 sacks already. You'd love to see them get another one here on this drive and put the half to bed.
This defense has had a knack for timing. They cannot let BC advance and get more points. 37 seconds to go in the half. BC starting from their own 48. Vernon Adams back, pressure coming. He sidesteps it, wide open is the running back. Jaquan Hardy, and he will get the first down and more. He is down right near, let's see where they're spotted. Looks like the Tiger Cats 45.
Yeah, Hardy ran a flat route out to the left side of the BC offense there. And as those concepts progressed downfield, he had an enormous ball. He had half the field to himself there for the check down and a nice gain.
So that only took 7 seconds. 30 seconds to go in the half. Lions on the Tiger Cats 45-yard line, leading by 3 points. Vernon Adams back to pass again, fakes to the right, throws over the middle, and that has been Javon Katoy territory. Another completion to the big 6'5" receiver, and it's another first down as he's across the Hamilton 35.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was 2 very, very productive first downs there. First down on first down. You already have a fairly makeable field goal range here for the BC Lions.
They're on the Hamilton 33. Vernon Adams, as flags fly, completes the pass to Lucky Whitehead. And he'll get down to the 20, maybe the 19. Will Sunderland, Jameer Thurman in on the tackle. We'll have to see what these flags are. There's one on each side of the field.
This is on the BC Lions wide receiving crew.
BC number 4, 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
I actually thought they missed one earlier this drive. The BC Lion receivers are right at the line of scrimmage, and that time Keon Hatcher is too far across at the snap of the ball. There it is. There you go. Now,
Yeah.
the BC not doing it to themselves now, but this is making that field goal range. I always think I held for all the kickers that we had in Hamilton, and every time something like this happens, you kind of peek over it. I'm like, sorry, buddy. Like, I know you had an easy field goal. Now it's a medium hard field goal.
You see the stress developing.
Yeah, of course, still first down here for the Lions, but the time's ticking away until they're going to have to be forced to try a field goal.
Lions have really hurt themselves with penalties. That's their 5th for 59 yards.
First down.
I missed that from Tom Valesi. He just said that there's no penalty.
You can probably hear from the Tim Hortons Field crowd that they're disappointed that it is a first down, BC, on the 19-yard line. They rescinded the penalty.
There was a flag on each side of the field. 2 officials saw it. That's an odd one.
Well, now they're going to take a pause here again, I guess, or Vernon Adams calling for a huddle. I saw it clearly from up here, and
Yeah, it's right in front of us, actually.
yeah.
Coach O is out at the 50. And I think he's trying to get Tom Valesi's attention. He has not thrown the challenge flag. That is odd. You could see if it was one official that threw the flag, but there was one on each side of the field.
Well, I don't know what they're discussing now, but the BC Lions are in the huddle.
They must be reviewing it in the command center. But it looks like it's good to go. So BC has the ball on the Hamilton 19, and it's a first down. 12 seconds to go. Tiger Cats defense will have to try to keep the Lions out of the end zone. Vernon Adams going for the end zone, throwing to that far corner. It is incomplete. Nick Cross in coverage. Dominic Grimes, the intended receiver. There are flags.
And I think Grimes actually also dropped the pass.
BC number 19, 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And it's Nick Cross, number 39, who's in the game up because Richard Leonard left with an injury, and he's deep in the back corner of the end zone and not moving. He's in some pain back there. He was in coverage at the top of the route. The offensive pass interference was committed against him, but it's hard to say what happened to cause the injury, but clearly sort of a grabbing of the jersey and pushing off by Dominic Grimes.
Dominic Grimes takes the offensive pass interference penalty. Nick Cross, clearly the one that the Lions wanted to target. He had just come into the game. And another injury to this secondary of the Tiger Cats.
So these are crucial. These are crucial plays here. That was obviously a near touchdown. Offensive pass interference backs them up. It's a 3-point game, and now there's 5 seconds left. The ball was on the 19. Now it's on the 29. Really, really unique back and forth, and they're calling for the full staff. I mean, it's a 70-yard run from the Ticat bench to where Nick Cross is on the field, but all the trainers are making their way out there to try to assist Nick Cross off the field.
He hasn't moved very much. He's in the far corner of the end zone. And all the Tiger Cats training staff is out there now. Richard Leonard was injured earlier in the game. Looked like they were addressing his left knee. Carthel Flowers-Lloyd, Jagera Davis, Mason Bennett, Tyreek McAllister all on one knee with their helmets off around Nick Cross. And the training staff of the Tiger Cats taking a look at Cross, who's really burst onto the scene as an excellent special teams player, getting some opportunities not only on special teams but on the defense, and here he was in for Richard Leonard.
it looks like he's actually laying on his chest. I think they're checking out.
So Jagarrett Davis is doing the steering wheel motion, likely indicating that they would like the cart out on the field. There is some rain falling here in Hamilton at Tim Hortons Field. The cart didn't have far to go. It was stationed near that end zone. So now the cart is out there as Nick Cross is down for the Tiger Cats. He was defending Dominique Rhymes on an attempted touchdown pass from Vernon Adams into that far corner. Rhymes got charged with offensive pass interference as he clearly pushed Cross down with his right arm, and Cross fell awkwardly. Looked like he may have been grabbing his right leg in the knee area immediately, and so he is on the cart. It does appear to be a leg that is being addressed by the training staff. So he is going to be looked at, unable to get off the field under his own power. That's why the cart had to come out, but that's not good news, as Nick Cross has been one of those unsung heroes for the Tiger Cats. Whatever they need from him, he's been so good on special teams. Coach O now had come out to see Nick Cross. He's just jogging back to the sideline now.
And you know, it's one of those open field plays where it's like it's not a hit or contact, and so you always kind of worry about some of those, you know, soft tissue injuries that can be bad in football. But also, it's great to see that it's not a head injury. You know, that's kind of what the biggest head and neck and back, and it's certainly not that with Nick Cross. The cart is out there for what is obviously a lower body injury, but like you said, really hard to see a guy like that who is like absolutely plug and play kind of in many spots of the field, certainly in many spots of this defense and special teams, and he unfortunately have to leave the field.
He can play linebacker. He was in the secondary here, and Nick Cross holds his hand up in the air to acknowledge the crowd as they give him a nice ovation. Tiger Cats fans know how important Nick Cross is to this football club. And he's being carted off. Again, it appears to be a right leg injury. There's 5 seconds to go in the half. The Lions lead 17-14. And they're going to attempt a field goal. So they'll try to extend their lead to 3. It's been a while since Sean White, the kicker for the Lions, has been on the field. He has 1 field goal in this game. He's only missed 3 this season. However, 1 was against the Tiger Cats. He missed a 49-yarder in that first meeting. This is a 36-yarder, and it's good. So Sean White successful with the field goal, and the BC Lions right at the end of the half. There's no time left to get 3 more points and lead 20-14. A quiet opening quarter for the Tiger Cats offense, but things really opened up in the second quarter as far as scoring goes.
Yeah, and Bo Levi Mitchell certainly settled into form there after what was a really ugly, it really was sort of a preseason looking interception for a touchdown. And so now you've got a fairly even offensive back and forth, and the Ticats, unbelievable job in the penalty exchange. They are playing disciplined late postseason football there. The BC Lions have had a handful of very costly penalties, and the Ticats have taken advantage of it, and that's half the battle as well, just taking advantage of your opponent's mistakes. So you hope for Bo Levi Mitchell to keep his momentum going in what's been a very good second quarter. And we'll see 6-point deficit and a chance to come back at it.
It is 20-14 at the half. Tiger Cats at the half, presented by My Insurance Broker with Bubba O'Neill and Andy Fantus, and they'll be joined by the alumnus of distinction, Joanne Armour. That's next on the Ticats Audio Network.
The drive to the playoffs has started.
Unbelievable. What a play.
Hear it all here on the Ticats Audio Network.
Second half almost set to go. The Lions lead the Tiger Cats 20-14. Tiger Cats have trailed at halftime 8 times coming into this game. They're 1-7. They've come back once. That one time was against Ottawa, and they trailed by a point. They trailed this one by 6. Tyreek McAllister on the kickoff, started to his right, then went to his left, then back to his right, then back to his left. He was weaving all over the place and got a really nice return across the 40, but there is a flag. Tiger Cats did not take a penalty in the opening half.
10-yard penalty. First down.
So that's their first penalty of the football game, and it will push back a really nice return from Tyreek McAllister.
Yeah, we see that too often this season. McAllister, big return. We've seen him all the way for a touchdown, but called back for penalties. And like you said, Ticats done a great job tonight, but that's not how they wanted to start the second half.
Starts have been difficult for the Tiger Cats. The first quarter has really been a problem putting up offense. They didn't have any points again tonight. This is their 17th game of the season. 9 times this year they've been shut out in the first quarter. Here we are now in the third quarter. First drive of the game. Tiger Cats will now start this from their own 20. And running to the right was James Butler, and got a pretty good gain on first down. Looks like about 6 yards.
Yeah, nicely done. The rain is falling still. It started in the end of the first half here and carrying on light rain but consistent.
Tiger Cats in all black with the gold numbers and gold stripe. The BC Lions, they're in all gray with black helmets, black numbers. Bo Levi Mitchell has his visor off with the rain. The raindrops pebbling on his helmet. He drops back to pass, throws to the near side. Oh, it's a great catch. Keandre Smith jumped up to get it. It's a huge gain for the Tiger Cats up past midfield. Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down on a 30-yarder to Keandre Smith.
It's just a great throw. Bo Levi Mitchell, it's a corner route kind of a sail, and he puts it out there to the open space of the field, letting Keandre Smith run underneath it. And that's a huge gain. I love how Bo Levi Mitchell is throwing the ball now tonight, bouncing back after that interception.
They're going to spot it right at midfield. Tiger Cats, first drive of this second half. And the handoff goes to Tyreek McAllister, and he won't get much, if anything. Bo Levi Mitchell has completed 4 passes to Terry Godwin, 3 to Tim White, and 3 to Keandre Smith.
He said Bo Levi Mitchell, he took off his visor for the rain. He also took off his gloves. He's known to play with receiver gloves on, but those are not great in the rain. They have a unbelievable tack to them when they're dry, and it's the exact opposite when it gets wet. Most guys take them off if they're worried about that, and Bo is barehanded here. And
we didn't know how much Bo would play tonight. He's still in the second half. Throws on 2nd and 10, and the Lions had the best chance at that football. Looked like some miscommunication with the receivers. Quincy Moje dove for it, got a hand on it, but couldn't make the catch. It's incomplete.
Wow, press man right up across the board there on the Ticat receiving group, and the BC Lions played that very well. Bo Levi Mitchell got the ball off, but there was really not a whole ton of space there. And like you said, closer to an interception than a completion, and now Ticats in punt formation.
So opening drive of the second half, and the Tiger Cats will punt. Corey Vedvik, perfect snap from Gordon White. Really good punt. This will go into the end zone. And Terry Williams, tracking it down almost at the far end of the end zone, has to take a knee. Well, and there is a flag. There's some rough stuff kind of all over the field in 3 or 4 different places.
So a little pushing back and forth at the top there as that ball was fielded in the end zone, and there's a flag way back behind even where Vedvik was standing as he punted the football.
Contacting the kicker, BC number 90.
Oh, wow.
10-yard penalty, result, first down.
The Lions have taken some really damaging penalties in this game.
Unbelievably damaging. And by the way, that punt that went into the end zone, it's a 6-point game. going from 6 points to 5 points doesn't do that much. You'd rather take the field position there. So that was probably a missed hit by Vedvik, at least by my strategic estimation. Maybe the Ticats have something else planned, but all for naught as the Lions take another penalty and get the Ticats already just from that penalty. They had punted the ball, now they're close to field goal position. It's unbelievable.
They're on the Lions 45. So a terrible penalty by the Lions contacting kicker Corey Vedvik. And Matt Schiltz is the quarterback now for the Tiger Cats. The running back's Tyreek McAllister. He gets the handoff and he'll work for about a yard. And a flag flies as the Lions were celebrating.
Yeah, the flag did fly after the play, and it was Tyreek McAllister's helmet that ended up on the ground, and it appeared to be sort of late. Yeah, absolutely, as we take another look at it.
Unnecessary roughness. BC number 90. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Oh, it was like Bennett had the helmet of Tyreek McAllister like a gorilla in a rubber ball in the zoo. Like he was like playing with the helmet. Like that was such an egregious penalty. It didn't even make any sense. That's two plays in a row. Like this looks like a preseason team that's undisciplined with penalties right now, meaning the BC Lions. It's unbelievably damaging for their own efforts.
They were getting the football. Instead, they've taken 25 yards in penalties. Matt Schultz has come on. Kind of an interesting play as Foley by Mitchell started this drive. Tyreek McAllister that's Felix Garon-Coche. He was running like Tyreek McAllister and even hurdled a Lion to get the first down. Presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Wow, that was a great hurdle. He went over the top to get the first down. I can't wrap my mind around those back-to-back penalties from the Lions. It's at this point, the penalties on this drive alone have been just as costly as a turnover. I mean, this is unbelievable.
Tiger Cats have not led in the football game. They're down by 6 and they're on the BC 17. Handoff to James Butler. He'll get across the 15. Maybe down to the 14 or 13. We'll see where they spot it. Gain of 3 or 4.
It's also interesting, as it turned out, after the punt that was then reversed because of the penalty, we saw a switching quarterback here in the middle of this drive. And Matt Schultz is out there operating now with a chance at a 2nd and 7 on the 14-yard line. And it's a delicate moment here. You cannot turn the ball over, and you also don't want to take a tackle for a loss here either. You've already earned your field goal position.
So Matt Schultz, a 2nd and 7. From the Lions 14. He's come into the game on the tail end of this drive. He'll check it down to James Butler. He's so good after the catch. He would have been down at the line of scrimmage. He spins, and he will be very close to a first down instead. Leads the Tiger Cats in yards after the catch.
Nice. So I'm looking at the Ticats sidelines right now, hoping you don't see the field goal unit take the field.
Waving. You were waving them back.
They might look at me. I don't know. They may.
Hey, up here, 7 floors up.
Well, they send the short yardage crew on for a 3rd, and this is more than a yard. It's not risk-free here. I mean, this is a big play, but this is the right call. You're down by 6. Keep your offense on the field and get this first down.
Kai Loxley's been so good, short yardage, and he just battles his way. Waiting for an indication from the officials. He should have it, though.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. I actually was worried they were going to blow the play dead and say his progress was stopped, but he got a 2nd effort, and it looked to me like a clear first down. Again, helmets on the field.
And there it is. Yes, the Tiger Cats keep it rolling with that first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. Kai Loxley.
Yeah.
I'd have to check the numbers, but he seems to be 100% on short yardage. He's big, he's strong, he's versatile.
Yeah, that was excellent. He got a 3rd and 2 earlier this game. Actually, it was a 2nd and 2, I think, but he made it on the short yardage attempt, and then that was a crucial one right there. First down, Ticats, 1st and goal.
Matt Schultz, the quarterback, ball on the 7. Terry Godwin runs behind Schultz. Now he heads into the end zone. Schultz throws, and seems to be some contact on Keandre Smith. The Lions this time don't hurt themselves with a penalty. It is an incomplete pass.
Interesting. I mean, Schultz put it to a place in the end zone, like a spot on the field that he was hoping Keandre Smith could chase it down and get there. but it was a very lofted throw, and by the time it landed, there was a lot of players in the area. Fell incomplete, and it looks like there was a lot of contact at the top of it. Almost looked like Keandre Smith had some hands in it on his helmet, but no penalties called on the play.
Well, this is an interesting spot. Tiger Cats don't want to have to make a decision. It's 2nd and 7. 2nd and goal from the 7. Matt Schultz throws, wide open receiver. It's Tim White. Touchdown, Tiger Cats. His 2nd of the game, his 9th of the season, and the Tiger Cats are currently tied. Mark Leggio coming on the field to attempt a convert that will give the Tiger Cats their first lead of the football game.
Wow, what a series of events on that drive. Bo Levi Mitchell started that drive on the Ticat 20-yard line after a penalty against the Ticats on the return. 90-yard field to go. They drove down, had to punt. No, BC penalty. No first down. Yes, first down. Another BC penalty. Matt Schultz takes go. I mean, oh my goodness, what a great drive. It took a ton of time off the clock in his 3rd quarter, and now Mark Leggio with a chance to take the lead.
Gordon White, long snapper Corey Vedvik. It was right in his hands perfectly, and
Wow.
Mark Leggio gives the Tiger Cats their first lead of the game. It comes with 8:17 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's not a big lead. It's 21-20. Tiger Cats leading. We'll take a break and be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Stick with us. That's Coach O's message. Right from when they started the season at 0-3. Finally got back to 500 last week, getting their record to 8-8, and now they're in a position where they need to win if they hope to have a chance to host the East semifinal against Montreal, and they did not lead the Tiger Cats until almost midway through the 3rd quarter. They're up 21-20. The rain is falling at Tim Hortons Field. Here's the kickoff. Terry Williams will get it at his own 7. He's up to the 20. No Tiger Cats near him yet. Across the 30, 35 to 40. This is trouble. Up to the 50, up to midfield, and he will cross the center line on a massive return by Terry Williams, who leads the CFL in combined yards. He put his team in good field position. Lions get the ball for the first time in the 2nd half. With 8:07 to go in the 3rd quarter, Ticats lead by a point. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Great to have you listening on the Ticats Audio Network. We always love to hear where you're listening from. How about John Cinnamon? Want to say hi to you, Apache Junction, Arizona. Now, he lived in Buffalo, Luke, in the 70s, became a Ticats fan. That's pretty great.
Awesome.
Colin in Guelph, great to have you listening on the Ticats Audio Network. Jennifer in Milton, appreciate you as well. And she has a question for you and I. Carrie or Green Day? Do you want to go first?
Cut me right to the bone there. I gotta say Green Day. Since
Okay.
Green Day got announced, I've been listening to Green Day on all my drives.
Well, you might get all 4 tires slashed.
Nice one.
Yeah. How do you pick?
You just came up with that right off the top of your head.
Can you do both? Lions' first drive of this 2nd half, and it gets off to a good start for the Lions. Vernon Adams gets it to Alex Hollins. A great return by Terry Williams put the Lions just across midfield, and this completion will put them down to the Tiger Cats 35. They're within field goal range.
Taking the ball quickly too, and I kind of like that approach. They haven't seen the field for a very long time, and they're going to get it going quick.
Tiger Cats worked hard to get that lead back after a slow start, and there's a big play by the defense. Simone Lawrence, Casey Sales combine to stop Hardy, the running back, for no gain.
Well, Simone Lawrence tackled Hardy through his block, didn't defeat the block and then make the tackle. He did it both at the same time and right at the line of scrimmage. And after a huge gain, that's the kind of thing that this defense does. They just bounce right back with a huge stop.
2nd and 10. Lions are on the Tiger Cats 35. Rain is falling at Tim Hortons Field. Crowd, it's a sellout. They're loud right now. Big 2nd down, empty backfield. Vernon Adams waits, throws. It's incomplete. Pass was behind Katoy, and it is incomplete. And it was Patrick Burke Jr., the youngest player on the Tiger Cats, a 2000 born. And he's been put into the game because of a couple of injuries in the secondary.
Great job there by the Ticat defense. It was kind of an errant throw from Vernon Adams, but he had to get the ball out of his hands quick. And they're forcing a 42-yard field goal, and the rain is not meaningless for the field goal operation. Yes, the kicker has to plant foot and all that, but the holder has a difficult responsibility as well in the downpour.
42-yard field goal attempt for Sean White. Not a lot of extra leg, but it is between the uprights. It's good, and that lead for the Tiger Cats was short-lived. The Lions jump back out in front, 23-21 with 6:33 to go in the third quarter. We'll take another break. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Under the lights at Tim Hortons Field, sellout crowd, a lot of them in the gold ponchos now, the gold rain ponchos. As the rain is falling, it'll probably fall for the majority of the time remaining. 6:33 to go in the third quarter. We've just had a second lead change in the game as BC has taken the lead. They're up by 2, 23-21. Matt Schultz, he's come in. He hasn't started the last 3 games, but his first drive coming in each of the last 3 games, he's led a touchdown drive. Handoff goes to James Butler. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage and somehow battles for 3, maybe 4 yards.
Yeah, you're right. He refused to get tackled going backwards and ended up tumbling for a decent gain here, but still 2nd and 7. You're always hoping, at that start of this drive, you have an easier play call than this just to get this thing in gear.
Tiger Cats are on their own 43. Matt Schultz, he keeps the tinted visor on despite the rain. Number 18, Schultz drops back. He throws wide open is James Butler. He's got the first down and more. He's across midfield, across the BC 50. And he will be down close to the 45. Takes a hard hit, but James Butler pops right back up. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
So you maybe caught the sound at the end of that play. That was actually a BC Lion helmet against another BC Lion helmet, and everybody's off the field now, but slowly. And James Butler, great job. You could tell he caught the ball, and when he turned upfield, he was surprised at all the space he had, but he ended up making his way up there for first down plus a little.
He's going to be close to leading the league in yards after catch in this game, and he knew when to duck as 2 Lions hit each other. Matt Schultz with time, stays in the pocket, throws over the middle. It's a great pass. Hits Terry Godwin on the fly, running down the sideline. The 15, the 10, and he's finally tackled there. There is a flag, actually 2 flags on that play.
Yeah, it's Urge Mayala. He makes a huge block.
Blindside ball. Hamilton, number 13. 15-yard penalty. It's first down.
You can't block running back towards your own goal line, so you have to be moving upfield. And in fact, literally the play before this, when James Butler had his catch for the first down, Tim White did the right thing, and that was put his body in the way, and you just sort of make a sort of a pick block as the defender turns upfield. Mayala comes back and actually makes a full contact block and negates a huge portion of that gain there from Terry Godwin.
37 yards it would have been. Tiger Cats still are down to the Lions 25. They're down by 2 points. Matt Schultz fakes the handoff, dishes off to Keandre Smith, and he will go along that far sideline, and that LED advertising screen, it gets hit. There were a couple of camera people over there who I think avoided any damage.
Good little play though. That was nice. They're actually, I was going to say they set it up for a 5-yard gain. That was an 8-yard gain, and well done there by Matt Schultz, who, again, the Ticats, they find some two quarterbacks in this game who are operating very well.
Tiger Cats down to the 17, and it's short yardage. Kai Loxley in, and he gets the snap. He waits just a split second, and then he goes to the left and tries to get a lot more. He'll have enough for the first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling, and Kai Loxley has to feel invincible out there in short yardage.
That was a second and a full 2 yards there. Great job again by Kai Loxley, and honestly, they'll take as many reps as they can with that going into the playoffs. You're going to need short yardage in every game, and they've done a great job tonight.
Watchley's a quarterback. He's caught a receiving touchdown. And short yardage, he's been amazing, so he can do a lot of things. Ball's now on the Lions' 14. Fresh set of downs for the Tiger Cats. They're trailing by 2. We're getting late in the third quarter. Just 3.5 to go. James Butler gets the handoff, goes right into the heart of the BC defense, and he'll get close to 5 yards down to the BC 10.
Well, that's cool. Dayton Black, number 55, he's an offensive lineman. He declares eligible and comes into the formation there and plays tight end. He actually motioned across the formation, so that causes another receiver to step on the line. There's a lot of shifting that has to happen, but what that does is the whole defense is set up for an offensive lineman playing tight end. They're structuring their defense to that run strength, and when that flips, there's a lot of shifting that has to happen, and Ticats with a nice 5-yard gain there.
2nd and 6, ball's on the BC 10. Matt Schultz had the waggle started, tried the hard count, didn't work. Now they're good to go. 4 receivers to the left. There is a flag. 4 receivers to the field side.
Hamilton, number 59. 5-yard penalty. Remains second down.
Jordan Murray was too quick in his pass set there from his left tackle position. You could see it clearly, and the Ticats were perfect, like you've mentioned, on penalties in the first half, and they've had a couple costly ones, including 2 on this drive so far, as now they're faced with a 2nd and 10.
Ball on the BC 15. Matt Schultz is the quarterback now. As he's done in the previous 2 games, it's 3 games in a row where Matt Schultz came in and led a touchdown drive. He's trying to make it back-to-back touchdown drives. Let's see if he can do it. Here's Schultz back. He's got time. He throws. He's looking end zone. Darrell Walker. He has the football. They're saying no, he was out of bounds. Darrell Walker, 2-time CFL All-Star, put into the lineup. And his first target of the game, wearing number 87 for the Tiger Cats. He caught the ball.
It was interesting. It was, again, really tight space into the field. Amazing job by Walker. Actually, the ball got knocked out of his hands at the point of the catch, but as it floated in the air, he grabbed it again. The problem with this is that he was on the sidelines. I actually think this is very, very close. I wonder if we're going to see a challenge from Orlando Steinauer.
Well, he's got an official over at the sideline.
It was definitely a catch, or I should say the receiver made the reception, but it's the sidelines, and when his foot touched out of bounds, that's going to be the problem.
I think he wanted to see it on the big screen again. He's looking up. And the Tiger Cats are sending out. This is interesting. Mark Leggio, the play clock's going 3 seconds. Leggio's going to have to kick this on the fly. Puts the tee down. They don't get the playoff.
That was
They don't
bizarre.
get the playoff.
Time count violation. Hamilton. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
It's not really a huge sweat. You're looking at a 27-yard field goal that'll now, sorry, it would have been a 22. Now it'll be a 27-yard field goal. I was surprised. I would have been really surprised if they would have kicked it, because it's totally.
Well, Leggio was running. He would have had it in full run, just right from the sideline.
In the waggle.
50-yard run. Kicked the field goal without stopping.
That would have really been something to save 5 yards, but so be it. Now they're going to have a 27-yard attempt here.
So there's Gordon White, another great snap. Vedvik the hold, and Mark Leggio had a chance to catch a bit of his breath after running onto the field. He hits the field goal, 27-yarder, and the Tiger Cats are ahead again. It's close, 24-23. There's a minute 56 to go in the third quarter. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Minute 56 to go in the third quarter. Great to have you with us on the Ticats Audio Network. RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker. Final home game of the regular season for the Tiger Cats. They're still hoping to host the East semifinal. We know the Grey Cup's going to be here on November the 19th. Lions start this drive from their 40, and that is a great tackle. Simone Lawrence, he rises to the occasion, tackles Hardy for a loss.
Man, Simone Lawrence just like a laser off the right edge of the defense and cuts right through Hardy's left thigh board, just chops him down in the backfield. Unbelievable play.
It's like Simone knew exactly what the BC Lions were going to do.
Oh, what a great tackle. As we're watching it again, he actually flips the body of Hardy into the back of the BC offensive line, and that's never a pain-free experience.
Simone with a big play, and it seems the crowd just got louder for this 2nd and 13. Vernon Adams back in the pocket, pressure coming, throws, completes it to Lucky Whitehead right near midfield. Dexter Lawson makes the tackle, but the Lions do convert that 2nd and 13 and a lot more.
Yeah, that's a big conversion there, and BC Lions came into this game 50% on their second down conversions across all attempts all season, which is not a bad number. They've converted a lot of those long ones.
4 receivers to the left, and that was batted down. Vernon Adams tried to throw, it was knocked down. Might have been Dylan Wynn.
Another difficult second down here, a 2nd and 10.
Casey Sales. Casey Sales, he's just used to making great plays, doesn't even celebrate.
I find there's a tendency, RJ, to soften up here and kind of play right at the sticks, those first down markers. I think Vernon Adams is too good at taking those easy answers and letting his guys run for first downs. Love to see the space get taken out here.
Keon Hatcher, Lucky Whitehead, they run off to the right. Vernon Adams throws that direction. Oh, what a catch that is. Did he have possession? Lucky Whitehead hauled it in with one hand, it looked like, and they're saying it is a catch. He'd be inside the 40. Well, you're right, Luke. They are talking about it, aren't they?
Well, we're going to have another look at it before them. Ooh, I don't know. I don't like it. He looked live like he speared it with one hand and snagged it. I think he was still sort of juggling it as he came in, but here we go.
Though, and Lions, they played quick. They wanted to get this play off. Hollins, he's got a gap. He's across the 30, the 25, and brought down there. It's another first down for the Lions. And we are through 3 quarters. The Lions have had their freight train stopped here at the end of the 3rd quarter. Maybe it'll cool them off. We'll have to see. The Tiger Cats are leading after 3 quarters by a point. It's 24-23. 4th quarter coming up on the Ticats Audio Network. Through 3 quarters at Tim Hortons Field, Pigskin Pete and the Tiger Cats dance team on the field doing the Oski Wee Wee, getting the crowd into it. We've got a great finish at Tim Hortons Field. Tiger Cats want to win for a chance to host the East semifinal. Lions want to win for a chance to finish first in the West. It's been a good drive for the Lions. They're down to the Tiger Cats 21 as we begin the 4th quarter. Adams with all kinds of time, and he throws a strike to Javon Katoy, who will be inside the 10. And a first down. It'll be a 1st and goal for the Lions.
Nice play there by the Lions. They actually had quads to the boundary, which is sort of an unbalanced or, well, overloaded side, and they shifted 2 back, going back to a 3-by-2 set. That makes the defense do a lot of movement there, and it was Katoy, one of those motioning receivers, who made the reception.
Tiger Cats' job to keep the Lions out of the end zone. Simone Lawrence putting pressure on. Adams gets rid of it, throws to the end zone, and Kenneth George Jr. knocks it away from Hollins. It was a good throw from Vernon Adams, but George was able to knock it away.
Yeah, great job in coverage there. He catches up. He actually gets beat kind of at the line. Gets almost picked there, actually. Great job by the BC Lions receivers. They set that up for success, and he breaks it up at the point of the catch.
Still raining at Tim Hortons Field.
This is a big second down, RJ.
Yep, 2nd and goal from the 5. They stopped the Lions once. 3 receivers to the left, the boundary side. That's where Adams looks, and he rips a pass to Hollins. It's a touchdown for BC. That will get them to 29 points. They have a convert coming up. They're back in the lead. We're early in the 4th quarter. It's been a seesaw game now in this second half as the Tiger Cats were down 10-0 at one point.
Simone Lawrence and Keon Hatcher having some words with each other after the end of that play. It was Patrick Burke, who's one of those guys mixed into the secondary for the Ticats right now because of injuries, who was out to the low zone there on the defensive right side, and a couple crossing routes there done very well by the BC receiving corps, and a fairly easy touchdown set up for that.
So Sean White going to attempt the convert. That would put BC up to 30 points. It's been 6 games since the Tiger Cats have allowed that many points. He's good. So the Lions lead 30-24. It's a close game. It's a 6-point lead. And there's 13:41 to go. Matt Schultz has been the quarterback for the Tiger Cats. He'll come out in the fourth quarter and try to get the Tiger Cats back in front. We'll see what happens. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Thanks for being with us on the Ticats Audio Network. RJ Broadhead, Luke Tasker. It is a Lions lead now. It's gone back and forth in this second half. We're in the fourth quarter now, 13:41 to go, so very early for the fourth quarter. And it's a 6-point lead for the Lions. Rain appears to have stopped for the moment at Tim Hortons Field. Tyreek McAllister, he'll have to run a long way. He was over on the far side of the field. The kickoff came to the near side, gets it at the 15, and by the time he picks up that football, there wasn't a lot of room to work. He'll be just a little short of the Tiger Cats 25.
Yeah, really nice directional kick there. One of those so well placed that it kind of kills the return right from the start. And the Ticats will be on their own 25, like you said.
Well, maybe worse.
Yeah, just shy of the 25. Matt Schultz still in charge of this offense, and I've just been super impressed with the back and forth. Bo Levi Mitchell played well after the obvious pick 6 interception, but Matt Schultz has come in and also done a great job.
That's been a big difference as the Tiger Cats trail by 6. Last 2 drives, they've taken 11 minutes off the clock. Matt Schultz, quarterback keeper. He's not sliding. He started to the right, then cut up the middle and battled through a tackle. It's a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Great job. He reads the BC Lions defensive rush there. And as that end tucks underneath the tackle for the Tiger Cats, Schultz pulls it and he's just got great speed. He attacks the line of scrimmage so well, and he makes his way through that linebacking core very quickly.
Longest run of the game for the Tiger Cats. Matt Schultz, 15 yards. He'll be back to pass this time. Pressure's coming. Now he's scrambling, and he does a chest pass. Basically, a little shovel pass to James Butler. The pressure was coming. Schultz took a hit. He completed it to Butler, who gets the first down right near the 50. Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an Active Green and Ross first down.
Wow, great job here. That was so easily could have been just a quarterback sack, a tackle for a loss, and you would have said there's nothing Schultz could have done about that, but apparently there was, and boy, he took a hard hit after that little shot put to James Butler there. What a great effort by Matt Schultz.
Talked to Matt Schultz. There was some word his career may be in jeopardy after that injury. He's playing like he's on borrowed time. He's playing free out there and playing great. James Butler is too. He runs to the left, gets to midfield. Should be a gain of 5 or 6.
Yeah, great job. The combination of James Butler and Matt Schultz, this is all the 2 of those guys on this drive, and they're getting it in pretty big chunks here.
Trying to answer that BC touchdown. It's put the Lions ahead. It was a great drive by the Lions. Vernon Adams went 5 for 7, 73 yards, ended in an Alex Hollins touchdown. Tiger Cats trailing by 6. 11:20 to go in the game. Ball is right on the center line. Matt Schultz back to pass, waiting. Now he's got to run to his left. He's going to keep it again. He'll get to the 50s, hit hard again. And Brandon Revenberg and David Beard, Jordan Murray, the offensive linemen, get over to their quarterback right away, but no problem. Schultz is up.
Yeah, wow, great effort again from Schultz. He dives over the top of a low tackle. And there you go. They're going to give him the first down. Great job.
Tiger Cats keep it rolling with that first down presented by Active Green and Ross. Ball now in BC territory. It's on the Lions' 50. This drive started back on the Tiger Cats' 24-yard line. In the first half, the Tiger Cats had 30 yards rushing. In the second half, and we're still pretty early in the fourth quarter, they have 46 yards rushing. So they've been going to the ground game more often. BC Lion was banged up on the play, getting off under his own power. Josh Banks. So the Tiger Cats in all black with the gold numbers. Final home game of the regular season. They're going from left to right. Rain has stopped at Tim Hortons Field. Sold out crowd. Tiger Cats have won 5 of their last 7 games. Another strong finish to the season for the Tiger Cats. They're in the playoffs. Will they finish in second or third? They need to win this for a chance to finish in second. 1st and 10 from the 50. Matt Schultz, play action. Now he throws. It's a low pass. It's incomplete, intended for Chris Osikusi.
It was tight coverage at the top of that route by Osikusi, and Schultz, his body language is that the ball slipped out of his hand or he missed through it, but I almost thought he was actually just kind of throwing it away more like because of the tight coverage there. But tough 2nd and 10 here, and you are, as it stands, in a 57-yard field goal position. You're probably going to be punting if you can't get any yards on this 2nd down.
Leggio's long is 50 yards this season. Matt Schultz trying to make sure that's not a decision that needs to be made. 2nd and 10, pressure coming. Schultz stays in the pocket. Open receiver, it's caught. Tim White down inside the BC 30. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
Well, Tim White is just come alive, and as the Ticats offense has found itself in the second half of the season, much of that has been because of Tim White. He's a huge part of this, and 2nd in the league in receiving yards, and just big plays, timely catches like this to keep drives going. And the Ticats down by 6. Boy, that is going to be a big play to look back on if they can score points in this drive.
Now they're in field goal range, but trailing by 6, they want more than that. Wow. Here's a handoff to James Butler. Matt Schultz was running parallel to him, trying to decoy who had the football, and James Butler gets about 7 yards.
Yeah, Schultz and Butler ended up running together by themselves to the left side there. And I think that was just creative running by James Butler. It was over pursuit off the rush from the BC Lions defense, and he cut back before the play even developed to the left side, and for a nice gain of 7.
2nd and 3 from the BC 22. Matt Schultz gets the snap. Handoff goes to James Butler, goes up the middle, gets across the 20, down to the 15. That's enough for another first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. The confidence they have in James Butler to get 3 yards, and he got a heck of a lot more than that.
Yeah, and Matt Schultz has made great runs on this drive way back to start and back in Hamilton territory, which seems like a long time ago. They've just been taking this field away from the BC Lions in chunks here, and he's also just made such great throws, check downs, and notably the big one to Tim White here. And here we go, first down.
3 straight really long drives for the Tiger Cats. They're on the BC 16. Schultz, he's going to keep it. Started to the right, cuts up the middle. The 5, it's a touchdown. Matt Schultz, and then he punts the football into the crowd. There is a flag on the play.
Yeah, it's going to come back for a holding call way back in the backfield or near the line of scrimmage for the Ticats, but this was just an unbelievable run by Schultz. And he doesn't run, he runs like a running back. I mean, he's reading the field, reading cutback lanes, not looking for a place to go down, and it was James Butler who stepped up and made a key block for him. What a beautiful run, and I don't know, it's not the easiest penalty to see here. But either way, it's 1st and 20 now on the 25. Felix Garan, Gauthier on the holding there.
So, ball's now on the 26. It's a 1st and 20. Matt Schultz, after that long run, wants to pass. Wide open is James Butler. Now he's trying to do his thing. He gets down to the 20. And be a little bit short of the original line of scrimmage. So still a big chunk here for the Tiger Cats if they want a first down or a touchdown. It'll be 2nd and 14. To get a first down, they need to get to the BC 6.
I am inclined to stretch the end zone here, RJ, and then try to find your check down and give him an opportunity if all else fails. But I want to get guys deep into this end zone.
Matt Schultz taking his time. That might be what's happening, but Matthew Betts tracks down Matt Schultz. Betts with a burst of speed, and Schultz just has to hold on to that football and take the sack. That'll push the Tiger Cats back a little more. That's why he leads the league in sacks. He's pretty quick.
Yeah, really great in pursuit there. You thought Matt Schultz was maybe about to take off, actually, and you never know what's going to happen when Matt Schultz is in the open field there. But Matthew Betts, nice job there for the tackle.
Mark Leggio on the field, attempting a 30-yard field goal to make this a 3-point game. Leggio's kick is up and good. So the Tiger Cats get a little closer. It is BC 30, Hamilton 27. It's a 3-point lead for the Lions with 6 minutes and 17 seconds to go. We'll be right back on the Ticats Audio Network. Carrie Underwood, Green Day, they are impressive. We'll see if the Tiger Cats can come back in this game. What a finish here. 3-point lead for the Lions. They'll start from their own 40. They had a good drive last time. The defense can't get to Vernon Adams. He had great protection, and then he completes the pass, and it's another big gain. Keon Hatcher will be across midfield, down near the 45, and flags fly as well. And I heard your reaction.
Late hit out of bounds. Hamilton number 30, 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
So huge gain, more than 20 on the play there, and then add on 15. Stavros Katsantonis, he's flying in from his free safety position to try to make the tackle, and just right as Keon Hatcher steps out of bounds, you just have to pull off the gas there, and he's unable to. And boy, that is a massive start to this drive for the BC Lions, who after one play are in field goal range.
They started on their own 40. They're now inside the Tiger Cats 40. In fact, inside their 35. The ball's on the Tiger Cats 32. BC leading by 3. Tiger Cats had to settle for a field goal. They moved the ball well on their last drive. Could not get it into the end zone. Need to stop the Lions here. So the officials just getting into position. That's the delay. Looks like we're good to go. 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the game. It's a 3-point lead for BC, but they're threatening again on the Hamilton 32. A lot of movement on this near side. Jaquan Hardy gets the handoff, broke a tackle. He was running more horizontal than vertical, so he'll only end up with a couple of yards on the run.
Great pursuit there by the Hamilton defense, and Hardy really had to kind of duck to the ground there to avoid what would have been a massive collision, and forcing a 2nd and 7 now as Hamilton defense.
Chris Edwards had him in his sights. You're right, Luke. Hardy was wise to go down there. Under 5.5 to go. Crowd trying to help this defense get a stop on 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Lions are on the Hamilton 29. Vernon Adams back to pass. He's got time, and he's throwing, looking end zone. Keon Hatcher, it's intercepted. Dexter Lawson came out of nowhere, and he picked it off. Now he's up and running. He's across the 25 to 30, up to the 40, the 50, he's across midfield. Dexter Lawson intercepted this in the end zone, and then his own man, Chris Edwards, is pushed into him, and he's out of bounds at his own sideline inside the 25. There is a flag, though, way back on the 15-yard line.
After the interception, you have a major foul, blindside block. Hamilton number 94. 7-yard penalty. It'll be first down Hamilton.
That's the second blindside block of the game. Again, you cannot make a block running back towards your own goal line. Vernon Adams was tangled up in the mix of all the confusion of the interception there. And I don't, it's hard to see what he's up and running now, but this was the best catch of the game by any player on the field. Dexter Lawson here, and an unbelievable return, and that blindside block negates all of that.
We're going to take a break. Lions lead by 3, 4:59 to go. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Well, a lot just happened. Had to take the commercial break. Dexter Lawson gets the interception. He ran it back 85 yards. There was a penalty. They would have been down near the BC 20. Instead, they're starting from their own 4. But BC was looking at getting some points, so it was a big interception. Tiger Cats needed the turnover. Matt Schultz throws and threw it just hard enough to get it there in time before the BC player Gary Peters tackled Terry Godwin. And that'll get the Tiger Cats 5 or 6 on the Godwin reception.
Well, the Dexter Lawson, and RJ, it's so funny, you've mentioned before, you've noticed Dexter Lawson's hands. He catches like a wide receiver, and that, like we said, was an amazing catch on the interception, but the 80-some yard return unfortunately negated.
Well, he really stood out to me in practice. Defensive players were catching the football, and he looked like he had some receiver background. Over the middle, Schultz throws a great pass to Tim White. Hit him on the fly, and he gets to the Tiger Cats 20. Tiger Cats keep it rolling with that first down presented by Active Green and Ross.
That's a great mismatch. Tim White there on the slant. He was in the number 3 receiver, closest to the quarterback on the right side. And Bo Lacombo in coverage there, the Sam linebacker. Tim White won that route right from the line of scrimmage.
Tim White, 6 receptions, 88 yards. He had 88 yards and 1 catch in the last game. Schultz goes to Keandre Smith. He's had a big game too. He put the football out for a moment to try to stretch for the first down, but he pulled it back in to make sure he maintained possession. 8 or 9 yards on that catch for Keandre Smith. He's putting together another good game.
Yeah, he's come up with a couple great catches, and here's the short yardage that the Ticats have been so great on. Matt Schultz is actually staying on the field here.
Well, you love this, the 2nd and 1.
I do.
So leaving Matt Schultz in opens up a lot of possibilities.
There you go. No short yardage, actually. They're just going to run a play here.
Schultz in the shotgun.
The BC defense, everybody's 5 yard right in the box.
So they think Hamilton's going to go for the
Here
first down, and Schultz throwing deep. The pass for Keandre Smith, and it is just knocked away by T.J. Lee. Lee was the only one who had a chance. Only one who wasn't fooled as Keandre Smith got behind coverage. Pretty good pass,
yes,
but good defense.
I can get on board with that every time. It's 2nd and 1, and the BC Lions just, it's like they assumed short yardage and then didn't change when Matt Schultz was in the shotgun, and they tried to take a shot. Well done.
We're at the 3-minute warning, 2:49 to go. The Lions lead 30-27. We'll be right back with a 3rd and 1 for the Tiger Cats on the Ticats Audio Network. Back at Tim Hortons Field, short yardage, Kai Loxley in, and Kai Loxley does it again. This time off to the left, he gets the yard the Tiger Cats needed for the first down. Presented by Active Green and Ross, the Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Well, great job. Right before that 3-minute warning there, the Ticats took a shot downfield on a 2nd and short, and were very close to what would have been a massive gain from Keandre Smith, but now they get a fresh set of downs.
Ball on the 30, Matt Schultz, 2 receivers either side. Now James Butler goes out into the flat, the throw to an open Tim White, and he sidesteps 1 tackle, dancing along the sideline, he breaks free, and he got across the 50 near midfield. Tim White doing a little dance out there, evading the Lions tacklers.
He sure did. And they're going to say he stepped out of bounds back at the 54 yards shy of where he was tackled, but that was an impressive second effort there on the sidelines. And another sail route, deep sail route, sort of starting to make a negative angle there, and Schultz with a perfect throw.
With that Active Green and Ross first down, the Tiger Cats keep it rolling. They're up to the 50. And again, an open receiver. This time it's Keandre Smith. He runs past 1 tackle, gets across midfield. Now the Lions are trying to pull the ball loose. They can't. Whistle goes, and it will be 8 or 9 yards on that catch for Keandre Smith. Tim White over 100 yards receiving again.
And like you mentioned earlier, Keandre Smith coming up and throughout this game with clutch catches.
Keandre Smith, 6 catches, 70 yards. James Butler gets the handoff, and he does all kinds of shoulder fakes. Needed a couple of yards for the first down. Looked like he got about 5. So it is a first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to say the time, so
Yes.
we're on the same wavelength.
We are, yes. Minute and 42 left, and the Ticats down by 3 still. This is great, RJ. They are dominating and taking momentum right here as it counts.
Matt Schultz, 3 receivers to the boundary side, and receiver may have slipped. Looked like it was Chris Osikusi was the intended receiver. It's incomplete.
Yeah, that looks dangerous there. The ball sort of sailed past some BC Lions, and I think it did that because Schultz was expecting Osikusi to come out of his break a little differently, and he slipped on the ground.
There's been some rain off and on. It's currently off, but the field's still wet at Tim Hortons Field. Minute 29 to go. Lions lead by 3. The ball's on the Lions 47. It's 2nd and 10. Tiger Cats in all black gold numbers going from left to right. Schultz, he's going to keep it. He's across the 45, dives, and he's hit hard. He's hit really hard, and he's slow to get up. He's short of the 40, short of the first down.
No flags. You see some refs with their hands on their holsters, but Tim Hortons Field disagrees. Matt Schultz is
looked like he was into a slide, and then Bo Lacombo followed through on the hit.
This is, RJ, this is crazy. So Schultz got it to the 41-yard line. This is going to make for a 49, 8-yard field goal for the tie. And there's a BC Lion down on the field now in the defensive secondary.
And it's hard to see who it is.
So Schultz was sliding at the end of the play, and the reason there's no flag there is because of just the timing. The refs are saying, you know, he was still a football player at the moment that he was hit, but it was very bang with a slide and a pretty hard contact. I wouldn't have been surprised if we saw the flag fly.
BC has taken some penalties in this game that have really hurt them. They get through that one without taking a penalty. The injured Lion, Adrian Green, the second-year defensive back.
So think about Schultz there. He knew he wasn't going to get the first down. He's still 4 yards short, 5 yards short, but he's giving everything he's got for every additional yard because this field goal for the tie is a substantial kick here from Leggio, distance-wise, and every single yard helps. Just such a gutsy run by Schultz, knowing that he has to help out Mark Leggio as much as he possibly can here.
So this will be a 48-yard field goal attempt. Mark Leggio's long this year is 50. This would be to tie the game. Gordon White, he's been so good with the long snapping. Perfect. Bedvik hold. The kick is up. The kick has enough leg. It is off the upright and through. It's good. Mark Leggio, by the slimmest of margins, gets that football through the uprights and ties the game at 30 with exactly a minute to go.
Wow, what a game. All of a sudden we had a wonderful second half, and it's 30-30. And man, that thing hit, that was only 3 yards below the top of the upright. He had all kinds of distance on it, and it fell just past the crossbar. What a great effort here all around from the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Matt Schultz, that was one of the gutsiest drives. I mean, that started on the 5-yard line of the Ticats after the defensive interception there. Penalty brought him back to the 5, and Schultz, Butler, Tim White, Keandre Smith just slowly moved the ball down the field. What a great effort.
Bo Levi Mitchell and Matt Schultz in this game. They both played. They both attempted 19 passes. Schultz has completed one more, and he's also thrown for 180 yards compared to Bo Levi Mitchell's 135, but Mitchell has a couple of touchdown passes, also threw a pick 6. And we've got an interesting development at Tim Hortons Field. Vernon Adams got injured on that Dexter Lawson interception. Tiger Cats just had a long drive. Adams was on the bike. He was testing his leg. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to go. So Dane Evans, the former Ticat, is likely to come in. Here's the kickoff. Terry Williams, he's a dangerous returner, and the Tiger Cats track him down just past the 35. They'll keep him short of the 40-yard line. And it is Dane Evans coming into the football game. Who writes these stories?
Unbelievable.
He was a Hamilton Tiger Cat last season. The Tiger Cats went and got Bo Levi Mitchell. They wanted Matt Schultz to back up. Dane Evans found a home with BC. He's completed 53 passes this season for 662 yards. Under a minute to go, this game is tied. Both teams need a win to help themselves on the road to the Grey Cup. Empty backfield. Dane Evans throws immediately, completes it to Keon Hatcher, who breaks a tackle and then dives ahead, and he's got the first down across the BC 45.
Clock is stopped at 49 seconds. And from where they just gained to get that first down, they need about 20 yards for the field goal.
Dane Evans, the quarterback. Ball's on the BC 48. Evans back to pass again, throws. It's another completion. It's again to Hatcher, and again about 10 yards, maybe 11, but it is another first down, and BC's across midfield.
Well, they're going to have to step up and take space out from in the under coverage here. Twice to Dane Evans' right. He's found his guys for first downs, and it's been a pretty quick answer both times. Dane not wasting any time in the pocket.
32 seconds to go in this tie game. Clock is running. Dane Evans, 3 receivers to his left. He looks that way, throws that way, completes it to Hollins, and he's pushed out of bounds by Dexter Lawson.
Well, there you go. They ran cover 0 there, but still Hollins able to run the out route to the left, right on the BC Lions sidelines for another first down. Very efficient Dane Evans here in these triple first downs back to back, and they are in field goal range right now. This would be a 49-yard kick.
Dane Evans 3 for 3. Ball's on the Hamilton 41. There's 13 seconds to go. Clock is running. Evans hands it off to Hardy, trying to get to the outside. There's a flag that flies. Hardy's salvaging more yards. Clock is ticking, and he's brought down around the 35. There's 4 seconds on the clock and a flag on the field.
What is this flag? This is a game-changing flag. Casey Sales says it's on the BC Lions.
BC number 51.
Wow. Wow. BC has not helped themselves with these penalties in this game.
That they just took themselves out of field goal range with 4 seconds left. you just
unbelievable.
Wow. Unbelievable. And that they had just gained 5. This would have been a 43-yard field goal, and now they're out of field goal range. And this is the last play. They're going to go for the end zone here.
They're on the Hamilton 51. Dane Evans throws quick. It's not a great throw. Hatcher had to dive to make the catch.
Let's see. So I take it back. They were not going for the end zone. They wanted to try to get a play in with 4 seconds. They might have done this. They're gonna review to see if there's any time on the clock when he gets down. Keon Hatcher makes the catch, a hitch route to the left side, and gets on the ground.
Hatcher got down immediately, and Simone touched him.
I think they're going to have a second left on the clock.
Wow. They put a second on the clock here.
And they gained 9 yards on the play. They're back to what they were going to have. So this is a 48-yard field goal. Unbelievable operation there from Dane Evans.
Tiger Cats have 3 players in the end zone.
You cannot give up a single. This is the kick-out team that's on the field right now. It's
including Bedvik and Leggio.
Right.
48-yard field goal attempt. And a timeout is called. Coach O trying to let Sean White think about it for a little bit.
So remember, a single point is going to win the game as well. There's all sorts of things you can do here. They're lining up for a standard kick because it is 48 yards. It's a long way, but you could kick it out of the corner of the end zone here and get a single point. It's a very interesting operation. All the end zone's loaded up with Ticats because if they get the ball, their first move, the thing they have to do if they can, is run the ball out of the end zone. If they can't, they punt the ball out of the end zone from the defensive position they're in. So crazy things happen here. And the BC Lions are gonna kick this and attempt the field goal range here.
48-yard field goal attempt. Last play of the football game. Sean White, the kick is up. The kick is good. BC has won. BC wins the football game. It was a thriller. Both teams played like it was the playoffs. And it came right down to the final second. Sean White leads the CFL in field goal percentage and came through in the clutch. Dane Evans comes in for the injured Vernon Adams on that last drive. Goes 4 for 4 for 42 yards. Tiger Cats will not host the East semifinal. They will have to go to Montreal. Now they have a bye week, and their final regular season game is against Montreal, and that one won't mean much because those two teams won't want to show each other too much with the playoffs on the horizon. Let's talk about this one, Luke. Both teams had a lot at stake. It was an exciting football game, but BC was able to get it done, and Dane Evans, I'm sure, feels pretty good right now.
He must, and he should. He played great in the last minute of this game. He had 54 seconds when they took over on offense after the return there. And that was an excellent drive by Dane, but man, the unbelievable combination and back and forth of penalties in this game. Both teams costing themselves huge losses with the penalties. And then at the end there, the 4 seconds left on the clock, and the BC Lions get off a play and with a 9-yard gain and only take up 3 seconds. That is really an impressive job there. And you know what? The Hamilton Ticats, you're in the playoffs. So, you know, that's a moment there that you might see again, and you've got to avoid a 3-second play and for a 9-yard gain. That was huge, and after a BC Lion penalty is what negated that. And the BC Lions almost did it to themselves and shot themselves in the foot with a holding penalty, and you can go back through that game and point to 1,000 more penalties on both sides. But boy, that was a battle. That was a playoff-style football game, and it makes me excited for the playoffs. We've got 2 weeks until we're there, but little bit of a deflated end to that for the Ticats, who really had a lot of things to be excited for tonight.
Time now for the Access Storage recap of the game. Score a touchdown with affordable storage. Access Storage has flexible storage solutions at a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. Our statistician, Jeff Giordad, who's now going to be busy producing NHL hockey. It's his last game with us this season. How about this stat that he found? He went through all the games twice at Tim Hortons Field. There's been a Friday the 13th game, and both times they've ended with a game-winning field goal with no time left on the clock, and both Tiger Cat losses. That's the downer on that one, but a crazy stat. Well done by Jeff. Great season.
Friday the 13th.
Yep. So the Tiger Cats, again, put up 30 points.
Yeah.
Lot to like.
Matt Schultz, unbelievable throws. Tim White, excellent game. You had Keandre Smith make a big difference. Dexter Lawson's interception. Tons of things to be excited for. But a loss, all the less. So things to correct. You've got a penalty-free first half and then some meaningful penalties against the Ticats in the second half. So I'm excited. Let's get to the post-game show. I want to see what Coach O has to say. I'm sure we'll hear some general positivity as, hey, they played their hearts out tonight. They're in the playoffs. It's time to drop this and move on to something better.
We'll hear from Coach O. We'll hear from the star of the game. 33-30. BC wins on a last-second field goal. Tiger Cats postgame with Bubba O'Neill and Andy Fantuz is coming up next. For our producer, Peter McEwen, our statistician, Jeff Giordad, our operator, Michael Steyer, and Luke Tasker, I'm RJ Broadhead. Thanks for listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Streaming live at listen.ticats.ca. This is the Ticats Audio Network.